we can say hello to the internet.
Hey, Sash.
Hi.
Sash.
Hey, Sash.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone who's listening in the future. And what a marvellous time it must be to live among the flying cars that we should have had in the year 2000. Here we are in the Underdark. By my recollection, we had just encountered a group of Duergar corpses who were growing with mushrooms out of their mouths and eyes and ears, and indeed out of their pores, like some oversized pimple. We thought they might be undead, but our tests revealed that they were not. They were some kind of plant creature, a symbiotic entity created by the amalgamation of several fungi acting in a kind of psionic union. In a way, that's kind of more unsettling than zombies, but the Underdark is a pretty weird place. Also, by my recollection, they proved to be little threat. The only time that we were truly in danger was when we nearly breathed in their spores, which were perhaps a lot more dangerous than we realised. But in combat terms, they offered little resistance, and we carved them apart without much further ado. We are currently the forward scouts for a Duergar mercenary / merchant party. They're only a small group of Duergar cowboys riding their giant stag beetles and giant scorpions through the Underdark as they travel along well-traipsed routes from Grakelstug up to Blingdenstone, much closer to the surface. You haven't spent much time with the Duergar, namely because you're meant to be on point, several hundred feet in front of them, ready to trigger any danger that they come across. But occasionally you do interact with them, particularly when they decide where and when we're going to camp down for a few hours. But they have been treating you with a relative amount of autonomy, and I guess that means respect. They're not chastising you, they're not demanding that you follow things exactly how they want to. But, yeah, all in all, they're far less pushy or demanding than the Duergar that you found in Grakelstug. Okay. We've traveled for many days. What would you like?
I got mushroomed the last time.
You got mushroomed, did you?
Yeah.
Did you fail the? Did
Yeah,
you
I
fail
failed.
the save? Oh.
You did
I didn't
use
realise.
your...
Because I think last week, because I asked if Divine Health would do anything.
Right. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. I
Yeah.
thought we covered that, but obviously my mistake.
Not a lot. Because I think, because I'm immune to disease and I used cure poison, but I'm not sure if it did
Yeah.
anything.
I don't think it does.
That's what we figured out last week.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and roll a D100?
36.
Okay, cool. This might take me a moment to look up.
You have 36 hours to live.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave that one open. 36, you say?
Yes, I did.
Look, this is not going to necessarily alter your character in any way, shape, or form visibly. It's one of those forms of madness that we can get away with without really even realizing that it's affecting us ourselves. Could you tell us, if you had to say that you were single-minded about anything, that you wanted to achieve one thing more than anything else, what would you say it was?
I'd say, he's out here he wants to make his master happy, make a better life for him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That is your what I've just sent to you is your new. I would call it an interest, but an obsession would be a much more appropriate word.
I mean, that's pretty much just another way of writing what the floor I already had.
Changes nothing, right?
I
Yeah,
think
good.
it changes very little, but I think stage 2 of mushroom infestation might be more.
Possibly. All right. So look, well, that's perfectly fine. The party's not going to probably notice much change, if any at all. We dispose of these fungal creatures, and we are once again traveling through the darkness, the depths and the darkness of the Underdark.
Like, do I have any like mushrooms still on me?
It's not turning you into a spore servant, if that's what you're asking,
Okay.
right? Yeah. It's not a major threat to you. No. You're infected. There's no doubt about that. But well, it's too late for that now. So you're infected.
And our cleric just left.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey guys, do you think this is an infection? Do you think this is contagious?
Let me have a look. Can I tell if he's infected with something?
I suppose, yeah, nature check is probably what you're looking for, or medicine. Either of those is good.
I will try medicine.
Guess I'll give you some bardic inspiration.
Oh,
He
17?
is. It was obvious on as an easy glance, but when you give it a good thorough lick, it becomes even more obvious. Yeah, there's no doubt about
Give it a lick. Yeah, that's contagious.
it.
And
Don't lick the
lethal.
biology. Yes, all of the above. He has a fungal infection, which is not uncommon, right? Like fungal infections, even on the surface, are pretty common. Foot rot and 101 others. Many skin diseases are triggered by fungi, athlete's foot, and so on. So yeah, the guy's got a fungal disease. It looks like it's gotten into his lungs and into his bloodstream, and whether or not he's contagious, you can't rightly say, but he's definitely incubating in any case.
It does look a little infected. I could perhaps look at it tomorrow. Perhaps cast a spell on it, but I will have to prepare for it.
Oh, I think we need to find a healer. I've got a headache.
I am a healer, but there are some things I cannot heal.
Guess we better wait for tomorrow. What, continue and then do that tomorrow?
Yes, for now, don't touch it and try not to rub it anywhere.
Okay, thank you, Badger.
You travel for another 2 or 3 hours, relatively solidly, not stopping for a drink or a meal or anything like that, and not needing to check in with the Duergar, who incidentally have kind of adopted the 2 party members that we lost. They are hanging back and helping the Duergar. They will no longer be on point anymore. Up ahead, we can hear that there is flowing water, and we can tell that this cave is relatively wet. There is water dripping down the sides of the cave and dripping from the stalactites hanging off the ceiling. So perhaps we're underneath a lake or a river, or just some really wet ground, like beneath a forest, 100 meters above us. 300 feet above us. In any case, we're heading towards a river within the Underdark. Does that concern, excite, bother anyone?
Sorry, we're heading further
Towards the water.
Towards a river. That's right. Like it looks like we're going to be. You can hear running water. We haven't spotted it yet, but we can hear hundreds of feet up ahead running water, which is relatively rare in the Underdark.
Do I feel like we're approaching the Dark Lake?
Oh, I guess that'd be either a night inside or a history or possibly even a nature check. Yeah, cool. A tributary of, more likely. We've walked away from the Dark Lake ever since we left Grafelstalk, and we're actually at a higher elevation than the Dark Lake too. We're probably hundreds of feet above it. So this is more likely one of the tributaries that will eventually reach it, whether it takes 10 days or 10 years.
Well, we should be aware that creatures might be staying near water for sustenance, so keep an eye out for anything that looks out of place.
Do you think that the little one can wash off the disease?
The water might help, but
I think
stuff like
it's.
that usually sticks around.
I think it's inside as well.
You should never eat diseases, little one. It's a bad idea.
They assaulted me.
I'll give you 4 to 5 odds that washing off doesn't get rid of the disease. You know what I'm saying? This is the kobold we're talking about.
He is right. It is a kobold we are talking about.
An important one.
Eh.
Yeah.
I
feel
mean,
rather fond of you, Gon.
come on, fond of him? Kobolds, they are a disease.
I wouldn't go that far. Gon has done a lot for us.
Why
I've
are you
never
being so
met
mean?
one that I want to keep around, but I suppose just like Garn's disease, it grows on you.
I think that we're decreasing the likelihood of each of us surviving by 90% by keeping that little creep with us. We should toss him in the river and see no more of him. What if he starts sprouting mushrooms everywhere like those other ones?
Every time you speak, your survivability decreases.
Yeah, I'm getting that, pal. I'm getting that. I'll be quiet.
Can we ask like our mushroom friend to ask like my mushrooms to like not eat me?
The mushroom has already spread out the spores. It's all getting a bit too aggressive for him, so he unleashes his peace spores and tries to like make sure everyone stays friends.
You're a Myconid friend. Perhaps he knows something about the spores that are affecting Garn? You.
And I sort of like look for a face on the thing, but just run circles around still.
Yeah, not much to say.
You. Can you help our friend with his infection?
He is able to allow you to communicate telepathically. He can try to put them to sleep to give them a good night's rest, but that's the best he can do.
I might stave off the infection until I can have a look at it and try my spell on it.
It's a good idea as any.
I like that plan.
Your conversation is interrupted by a blood-curdling screech, which comes from the direction in which you are traveling, echoing through the cavern until after it eventually disappears, leaving only the gurgling of the stream up ahead.
Did it sound like a humanoid or some sort of beast?
No, it was bestial, but hideous. What languages can we speak? I know that's a lot to ask everyone.
Common and Goblin.
Also, is this the same day that we came across those Dwerga or not?
Yeah, it's about 3 hours later.
Okay.
Yeah, same day.
I think I can speak Common, Elvish, Dwarven, and Infernal.
Yeah. The screeches are words that we do not recognize. If they are words, and not just bestial noises. They hurt our ears, offend our sensibilities in the way chalk going down a blackboard might.
I don't know about you all, but that sounds like a threat to me.
We should check it out. It could be something that we need to warn the caravan of.
You're right. See if we can get a look at whatever made that noise.
Well, Badger, off you go.
Me? By myself?
Yes,
I can go
will
with
do
you.
better alone. More quiet.
I want someone with me at least in case I get caught by a cave fisher.
Well, the little diseased one has said he will go with you.
I'll come as well.
Very well. Stick close.
And I will, with a wave of my hand, although it is the Underdark and everything is dark already, the sound and vision becomes a little muted and sort of contracted as I cast Pass Without Trace.
All right, brilliant. Those of you who are scooting your way up through the narrow singular passage towards the sound of both the bubbling brook and the screech as well can make your stealth roll. It's good. Even better. That's
The
acceptable.
best.
So who's going? Who's staying? Sorry. And where are you? Are we going? Just like 3 people going up or 4 going on?
I think I'll make a stealth box so that we can.
Good
Stealth
call.
box.
That sounds good. It
Oh.
does mean I'll have to come back to your map though. So
Yeah,
if
I
you're
thought we were all going, which is why I rolled, but I think it would make more sense if I was actually sticking back.
Yeah, I think it's
no
split
worries at all.
3 and 3. Yeah.
No problems at all. Alright, so the 3 of you start sneaking up and Vex comes behind you. Hey, fuck, buddy. Fuck.
Be safe.
Stay here, man. Stay here. Right. He saves face, like I was always going to say. I was just walking over here to look at the cave wall. Nice cave wall.
That's a good cave.
What a good. The 3 of you make your way up to deeper into the passage. You travel about 500 feet in front of the party, an eighth of a mile, and the sound of the water is becoming quite loud at this point. There is, at the edge of your vision, a stream probably about 20-30 feet wide. You don't know how deep it is, but it's flowing quite strong. There's the little white caps on it. Maybe there's a waterfall not far back or something. But water is rare in the Underdark, and waves in water are even more rare. There's a lot of wind and etc. Anyway, the river, 20-30 feet wide, is spanned by a natural stone bridge. As you approach towards this bridge, you hear the screech again, much closer. 200 feet away, maybe 300, but closer to you than you are to the party. And after hearing the screech, while the hairs on the back of your neck are standing on end, you find a black feather on the ground, worn and withered and rotted and dripping with black oil. The whole thing is wretched in its stench, and you haven't picked it up yet necessarily, but it's covered in a kind of gooey mucus that is not unlike thin snot.
I'll pick it up with
That's
Mage Hand.
It drips a little bit and looks like a rotten feather that doused in some kind of goo. Stinks awfully.
Do you have any idea what this is, Badger? Or
Hmm.
what could have left it here?
I give it a smell from my location.
Yeah.
Would I maybe discern what it came from?
Yeah, survival or nature with your. If you have any sort of nose ability, then you'll have advantage.
I do have my shifter ability, which can give me advantage, but I don't really want to use it for this thing.
You're probably not going to need it anyway. It is not natural. It smells offensive, unnatural. Natural odors, no matter how rotten, have a certain earthy quality to them. This is not like that. This is chemical, unholy, unnatural. You discern it as being otherworldly. It looks like the feather of some great bird of pestilence.
Would it be similar to those of a rock?
Yeah, it could definitely be of rock. That screech as well is reminiscent of like an eagle or a vulture.
I think we might be dealing with demons again.
Oh, can I get a sniff?
Probably best you don't, but
But does it smell like demons?
Does it smell like demons? Yeah, it absolutely is demons. Yeah, fiends at least.
It's like, oh, it smells like a fiend to me.
Let's see if we can return to the party quickly then. If it's a demon, we're going to want to be ready.
aye. Where there's one, you can be sure there might be more to follow.
Right, start heading back, I guess.
You get back to the party, and this is really the only way forward. We could go back and backtrack and put ourselves out by a couple of hours or possibly longer. I guess it'd be up to the merchant caravan at the end of the day, or we could just deal with the problem, I suppose. In a way, we could just do our job. But as straightforward as that statement might seem, it might not necessarily be straightforward at all. Who charges headlong into fighting demons, especially as ill-equipped as we are?
Garner's always ready to kill demons.
Huh. Well, I don't know if we can take it. I'm going to call it 50-50 right here.
We've killed a few demons already.
Wait,
Well-
50-50, that's pretty good.
Or you can make yourself useful, Jim Jar. You can head back to the caravan and let them know there's demons up ahead, potentially.
Righto, I'll take Still with me. Sound good?
Yeah, yes.
You
But,
got it, pal.
Don't go running off anywhere.
I'm sorry to tell you that the loss of me is going to reduce your survival chances enormously. I hate to tell you the numbers.
Never tell me the odds.
I mean, that's sort of his thing, though. Like, he has no personality otherwise.
He's all gimmick. You know? Where would he be without his statements? He'd just be a vase for a mushroom. Alright. So, we sneak up towards the. Oh, no, I'm being presumptuous. What do? The party has reunited. You're about 500 feet from the natural land bridge which spans the river.
Now, my spell should be active for a while longer, but if we want, we can use it to try and sneak up towards the bridge and see if anything comes out or is visible.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I can make something appear on the bridge to make it maybe think something's there.
Can they turn invisible, these demons?
I'm sure they possess powerful magics, as all creatures such as them do. They might be able to.
I will cast False Life at 3rd level in preparation.
I guess I'll throw out see invisibility.
If you tell me where they are gone, then I can perhaps make them visible to everyone.
I'll let you know if I see them.
Do we want to bait it out with an illusion?
I think that's a good idea.
I agree.
So it's not like a rope bridge. It's like just like an expanse of rock reaching over a chasm.
Exactly right, and I call it natural, but it's not. Much more likely, in fact, a little bit of insight, what someone's done along here. Once upon a time, an adventuring party came along here, and they came to a river, and they're like, well, fuck the river. And they're like, well, how are we going to get across the river? We've got no Zirkwood boats. It's only 20 feet, 25 feet. Can I jump? And by the time the party's come up with these ideas, the cleric has cast Stone Shape and made a bridge over the river. And the party's like, oh, thanks, dude. I thought all you were good for was healing, and then they went over the bridge, and that's my story. I hope you enjoyed my TED talk.
Classic party discusses for half an hour while someone uses a spell to bypass the encounter.
Exactly.
And then everyone complained that you didn't have a healing spell equipped instead of stones.
Probably.
I'm an offense cleric.
I only have 12 wisdom because I needed strength.
Exactly.
I'm a war priest with 12 wisdom.
Let's see, you've played in this party before.
You're almost as silly as the Dex Paladin.
Well, this tunnel, I assume, opens up near the start of this land bridge or chasm.
That is also correct. It's about 10 feet wide for 100 feet, and then it opens up quite broadly, 50 feet wide perhaps. Maybe not that wide, but maybe that wide.
All right. Do we want to try and sneak up to the entrance there, or basically into the chasm, and then see what we can do from there?
Sounds good.
All right. The running water, which is accompanied by the sound of frogs and of crickets and of the distant waterfall somewhere upstream, provides an unusual level of background noise. People in the Underdark, creatures in the Underdark rather, are more attuned to complete silence, and they pick up the slightest noise. But with all of this background noise that would be normal in a forest, the sharp ears of Underdark predators can be muffled. So you'll have advantage on your stealth rolls. It'll also be a group roll, so a single failure shouldn't be too much of an issue.
We have
We
plus
probab-
10 still, don't we?
We do.
Is 30 enough?
It's currently close. I think Drendel was coming with us as well. Oh, well done! That's good. That's good. So,
I mean,
not
15 and 12, it's still a decent average when you think of the 30.
Bring on the
I
demons.
didn't
Where
roll
are they?
mine. Let me roll mine real quick. There we go. Also, Darendel's missing most of his HP. I can't remember why, but if that's the case, then he still needs to recover from his wounds.
I can't remember when he got hit though.
Yeah, when
Probably
was the last time he
during-
fought?
I'd say it was a long time ago.
I wasn't in the party the last time he got hit.
We'll give him all
Sometime
his
we
hit points back. Yeah. When?
Actually, now I
Like-
think about it, I can't remember.
Nah, probably the Wellstone tunnels, if would be my guess. But
I think it's the water weird might have hit him, but I doubt it. I think got one
No.
attack.
Well, if he has all his hit points, then he'll be coming along too. I'll roll
Yeah.
in a stealth for him. Deck.
All
Currently
right.
behind the simp.
Yeah, you need my personal simp.
I realised we forgot to cast Identify in the last session, so I guess we'll do it after this.
I guess.
Yeah, all this time we've been traveling here with him, no one's tried to validate his claim.
We said we were going to do it, but then we just didn't. Just moved on.
How convenient.
I bet he's sweating.
What are you talking about? He has complete confidence in his self-directness.
But it must be weird for him. It's like, yeah, we've got a spell that can verify this. We're going to cast it, and then we walked off.
I am 1/16th Elven Princess. Alright. So you're approaching the riverway with its frogs and its crickets, as we discussed. The land bridge probably comes into view for a few of you. The screeching is becoming more incessant right now, almost like a chanting. You know, the way birds sing songs. That's what this sounds like. Some horrible song being sung, discordant and echoing throughout the tunnel. But while we're stumbling along, Vexball, what mistake is it that you make that perhaps causes like a small rock fall, or maybe you step on a toad which squeaks or something? How do you? What noise reverberates throughout the cavern that you cause?
Maybe we're like squeezing through a little bit of a narrow passage, and my armor makes like a scraping sound along the wall that carries.
And there's nothing natural about the sound of metal scraping against stone. There's really only a handful of things that can be. The screeching stops, and the tunnel goes quiet, save for the gurgle of the river and the croak of the toads and the cicada noises as they rub their legs together.
As the cavern goes quiet, I would motion for everyone else to stay quiet and see if I can hear anything in response.
Excellent idea. Perception check. No modifier because there's too much background noise.
Can I see the bridge from here as well?
Yeah, you can, and I'll take us over to the map right now.
Oh, wow, it's not far away at all.
I'm still a
No.
badger.
Yes, you are.
That's why I still can't see.
Really? Oh, I still haven't updated your token after all this time.
Oh,
My
I
God.
suppose because we were still on like the tiny maps.
That's
And-
why. That was the reason. Yeah.
While he's doing a perception, I would like to cast a minor illusion of just like a injured man in chainmail walking towards across the bridge. And since it has to be within 5 feet, he'll be leaning over like he's hurt.
All right. And yeah. All right. So you make the man lean over. But the silence persists. A few of the toads go quiet. A few of the crickets go quiet. So it is quieter. But there is no screeching. No creatures come into view beyond the amphibians and insects.
Yeah, I'd like to like maybe look like he's hurrying across the bridge, but I can only get him to like halfway, so then he'll like slump down on the bridge.
Or like you'll like collapse halfway across.
Yeah. Because of
Haven't-
I can alter the illusion because of malleable illusions. So
It's like a death animation, but it's the silent movies.
yeah. Well, I can make it have sound too, if that helps.
Why is this major image?
Nice. Minor illusion. I could because of I'm an illusion wizard.
Oh, right, you got malleable illusion.
Yes. And the minor illusion too. I can use
Nice.
sound and
A tremendous stench can be detected within the river or in the direction of the river that seems to go stronger. And there is a slight movement of ripples among the water. The waves, which have been travelling from upstream to downstream, just floating along, white caps along the current, now seem to reverse a little, as if there is some disturbance in the air.
I don't think they're taking your bait.
I say in a hushed tone.
leave it a little longer. I guess we'll find out.
And it doesn't take much longer before a creature comes into view of a few of you. Intent at first upon the illusion, it will soon also notice rest of the party crouched out together, and it lets out a blood-curdling screech over its shoulder.
Ree! So you're saying that it's sort of noticed us, but it turned back the way it came and gave a screech?
All of that is correct, yeah. So it's focusing first on the illusion, but then it realizes that there's a whole group of people over there, but doesn't scream at you. It screams back the way it came.
Does it look injured already? So we found like it's feathered. Oh, there's a guy.
Yeah, that's
Probably just opinion that we
okay.
found.
Did that guy appear? There he is. Yeah. So is that where you wanted him to be, Greg?
Yeah, that'll do. It's a bit out of my
That'll do.
range, but it's like middle of the bridge kind of thing.
Yeah, perfect. It's only an illusion anyway, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I thought you were using the image for Isaac's concept art for a second. I was like, oh my god, that's a shit illusion.
Molded together pictures.
Oh no, I felt so bad for that guy, man. Fuck.
He can't get the money back either.
Of course he can't. You know,
Oh,
like
that's a
it's
shame.
just a scam. Oh, you can't even get it from PayPal.
Nah, because we went through it with him. There's no record of him even using PayPal to pay for it.
What?
That's interesting.
That's yeah. I don't even want to speculate on that. Anyway, that is bizarre. Gun. Are you able to see?
Yeah, I can see now.
All right. Are you able to see your enemy?
Yeah, I can see the creature stood here. The illusion.
That's it.
And seeing as it's not looking at it, as I assume there's like a bigger thing that is looking at somewhere off in the darkness. So I'll try to. I'll move here and I'll try to get it, see what it's looking at.
All right. Any signs?
Not that I like. Which way is it looking?
Directly back, which would be like this direction.
Okay.
Do you take an action?
I'm just gonna finish my movement, and I still can't see anything. I'll take the dodge action.
All right. Marielle.
Oh, bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Brilliant.
Let's see. I don't actually see an enemy, so let's move up and maybe I will be able to. 15, 20. Oh, okay. I figured that's what it was when we saw a horrible smelly feather. 10 feet of movement left. Excellent move, Mother Rest, right next to Garn. For that sweet, sweet save aura.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I am not a level 6 paladin.
Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, I'll use my bonus action to activate Blade Song. And use my action to dodge.
Alright, brilliant. And Durendal is after you.
He will do what everyone might expect he would do, which is move back here. And basically body block for me. And hold an attack for if the rock gets close enough.
See, I don't know, maybe I'm a simp, but to me that seems macho. Lithrana.
Move there. I would like to just fire bolt the rock for now.
The
Oh,
Vrock mocks your Firebok.
I will magic missile instead.
The Vrock does not mock your magic sock.
11 points.
Bam, 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 bam! The Vrock is rather annoyed at of force magic, and it says something to you in Abyssal, which doesn't bear repeating in our time slot.
Then I'll run back.
All right, Vexbore. The creature it's within the edge of your view, isn't it?
Yeah, I can spot that and whatever's on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will move like so, and I will ready an action to use Booming Blade on the first foe to get adjacent to me.
Dawn telepathically warns you that this is a terrible creature made of pure chaos and evil, and it is your divine destiny to drive it back to the abyss.
Yes, that's why I'm here, Dawn. To kill evil.
That's why we're a team, Vexbore. That's why we belong together.
What's a reverse simp?
I
Hmm.
don't know.
Because whatever it is, it's what Dawn is.
Incel?
Miss?
Sure.
Sane.
Alright. I'm gonna move up 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. And I'm gonna shoot with Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
Bam bam. Well, that was shit.
It was quite shit.
And I'm gonna move back. 5, 10, 15.
You absolutely destroy a whole bunch of frogs. They are fucking split into like 12 different pieces. Boom, 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 boom. 26 different pieces of frog. Go
I was
flying.
aiming for that little frog colony.
Badger. The environment will never recover after this loss of amphibian life.
Alright, I will move up to here. And I'm going to throw out a bead of flame into the air, which grows and grows and grows as it sails forward and takes the shape of a flaming sphere.
That's a spell you don't see every day.
The rock mocks your flaming rock.
So it's in an unoccupied space, so it doesn't actually hit it just yet. But just put something there, I guess.
Yeah, a circle maybe?
Yeah, anything that ends its turn within 5 feet takes fire damage. Otherwise, I can ram it into it with a bonus action. But I won't be doing that this turn because after I've cast the sphere, I begin to wriggle and wrestle with my body as my form changes. And you can see my snout growing longer and the slit of my mouth retracting backwards and my teeth elongating as I take the form of a giant constrictor.
Unsettling to watch.
Giant changed.
Yeah, first you like assume a giant badger form. That happens every time. You grow really large and then you shapeshift.
Yeah.
That's a big snake.
Big snake. Vrock, the Vrock says.
I throw a Pokeball at it.
The flaming sphere seems to have next to no effect on the Vrock. Scorches away a handful of feathers at worst, and does little more than annoy the creature. It is going to attempt to summon a demon. 1 to 30. I thought so.
Double rock
summons-
action.
And fun with another Vrock, that's right.
I'd like to use my reaction to counterspell.
Ah,
I
you
don't
can go
think
ahead if you
can.
like. Would you like to try?
Yeah, I will, because I did.
Alright, it doesn't work.
It doesn't?
No,
Cast
it's
at
not a
level
spell.
4? Ah.
I don't believe
Yeah.
it's a spell.
It's
no, it's not a
not.
spell.
It's not a spell effect. It's a innate ability.
Alright,
Although,
60 feet.
That having said that, there are innate abilities that are spell-like that you can counter.
Yeah. It can be difficult to adjudicate which ones, but this is.
I think
yeah,
because
not-
this one just straight up isn't a spell.
Yeah, exactly. It's as natural for a demon as breathing is for us. The Varrock
I didn't
summons
know
another
that.
Varrock. Yeah, it sucks, right? The Varrock summons another Varrock, and then retreats.
Coward.
Help me, bro. Right.
Alright, God.
Oh, I thought the other one would get closer.
No, it's basically. I think it. I'll check, but I think it just appears. Summon creature that appears in an occupied space, acts as an ally, can't summon other demons. Yeah, I don't think it gets a turn on the same turn that it arrives. That does seem OP to me. Yeah.
Sorry, Arctic. That flaming sphere does give off light. Can we change it
Excellent.
so it gives off light?
I'll
Certainly
finish
can.
my movement, and I'll take the dodge action. Oh, it's over
Right.
there. I can see it.
And it's like 60. Like, is it 30 foot of bright, 30 foot of dark of dim?
Just let me check.
Might be 120.
I don't think it's that bright. 20-foot dim and an additional 20-foot. 40-foot dim and then 20-foot bright.
Right. Okay, 40 foot dim and 20 foot bright. That's kind of unusual.
Well, another way of saying it is 20-foot dim and then an additional. 20-foot bright and then an additional 20-foot dim.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought it might have been, but that doesn't matter. It's not going to matter much difference anyway. But there you go. There's its light.
Yeah, so I moved, pointed it out, and then took dodge action.
Alrighty, brilliant. Marielle.
I'll use a bonus action to cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level. Summon a blade of pure darkness into my hand. And then move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. My increased movement speed thanks to Blade Song. And then use my action to dodge.
Okay. Durandal.
He's not quite as fast, but he'll try to catch up. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nithrana.
Oh god. I just. Oh no.
Do that, and then just firebolt that rock.
Alright.
Rock, sorry. Not the rock.
Time to rock and roll.
15 will come close, and it'll do it. That's enough. But your firebolt proves to be only mild. The rock having a natural resistance to such magical heat. And your movement there, Lithrana?
Your was that 5, 20, 25 to there and back again.
Vexpor, the narrow land bridge is becoming quite clogged.
Yes, I am going to have to dash if I want to get by it. And I'll dash past and sort of push myself up against the wall.
All right, you will be at least protected from some angles, not the front. Same. You are now all alone at the back.
5, 10, 15, 20. And I will. Wait, let's check the range. Yeah. I will shoot. Actually, I should do something other than Eldritch Blast for once in a while.
Huh.
Same thing.
I'll Chill Touch. Can Chill Touch
Aw.
be twin spelled?
Yeah.
Yeah, single target.
Alright, yeah, I'll twin spell the Chill Touch.
Does it have to be 2 different targets?
Yeah,
yeah,
two
right?
different targets.
A second creature, yeah, whoops. Never mind, I won't twin spell it then. Just
Yeah,
one.
no worries.
I'm guessing 23 hits though.
Sure, well.
14 necrotic. That's
You
a good roll.
rot away its flesh. Yeah, many of its feathers fall out, and its grip on reality begins to weaken as part of its body just turns to a dark, unnatural gas and dissipates. But the form is still very much mostly there. You can still make out most of its features, though you cannot. It cannot be denied that you did disintegrate some of its corporeal. Badger snake.
All right. Is this water flush with the shore here?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's
Alright.
pretty deep almost immediately. Like not very deep, but it does. There is not much slope. It just drops off.
And does it look like there's a strong current, or it's just a lazy river?
It's a fairly strong current, but it's nothing that a decent swimmer couldn't span. You know, it's a medium strength current.
Okay. Well, constrictor snakes do have a swim speed, so I
It won't
will
bother you.
move 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet.
If you wish, the current can drag you another 10 feet if you want to ride the current.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's going from top to bottom?
That's right. Yeah, it's going that direction.
Sure. I'll move another 10 feet. Bam. I guess that's 5 feet.
Do you have sight from that thing? Yeah, only a very limited
I do
amount of sight.
blind sight.
Hmm.
Then with my bonus action, I don't have control of this thing, but I will move it 30 feet down in this direction.
Sure. Oh, you don't
does
have
that,
control. Yeah, cool.
yeah, does that let me? I think that lets me barge it into him. Yeah. So he will
Yeah.
have to make a dexterity saving throw against it.
Oh, it should be +3 higher than that. Okay, yeah, not
In
too
any case,
important.
he makes it. I'm just checking if he takes any damage on a save.
I guess it's half.
I'd say so, yeah.
So this is worded weird, right? The creature must then make a saving throw against the sphere's damage. And the sphere stops moving this turn.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes it sound like I roll the damage, and if it gets above that, it saves?
Nah, it's just bad wording. It'd be
Okay.
just that's normal, yeah. But roll the damage. Maybe it means that the damage is rolled separately each time. Maybe that's supposed
Maybe.
to say.
7.
All right, so it seems to affect it almost not at all, right? It
Hmm.
dodges the worst of it, and what is left is negligible to the point where maybe you didn't hurt it at all.
Mm-hmm. So with my action, then I will take the dodge action as I float down this river.
Brilliant. It is the Vrok's go. All right. The Vrok that you hit with your fire attempts to do some kind of ritual and attempts to summon more of its kind, but it fails. The slightly injured Vrok flies in then from the south, perhaps taking you by surprise. As another one comes into your vision, or at least within your blind sight. It then proceeds to attempt to simply tear you to shreds with its beak and talons. Not so well, but I expect one
Nope.
talon hits.
No, it does not, because I am using
Really?
unarmored defense from Monk.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Nice multi-classing. The more bewildered one to the north is kind of taken a little bit by surprise. Let's see. I'm gonna make it a random check to see what it actually does. Yeah, it's been freaked out. It's just been summoned from the abyss and doesn't really know what's going on. So it will move in slightly. 5, 10. Come on, mouse, cooperate. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not going to be enough. It'll have to move in one more step. Moves in 2 steps, close enough that when it screams, it becomes ear-splitting for both Vexpor and Marielle. DC 14 Constitution save for Vexpor and Marielle.
Yeah, that's a saving face if I've ever seen one.
Indeed.
I have no such
This-
no such feature.
This scream doesn't bother me as he bleeds from the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to music much louder than this all the time.
I like rock and roll. Alright.
Ooh.
Thank you. Gone.
It is time to attack. Okay, I'll move up and I'll hit him with my rapier.
Great.
Is it
Or
15
you
enough?
will not hit him. 15 because of
Pack tactics.
because of kobold bullshit. Excellent. Absolutely. That's a hit.
And I will put a divine smite on.
Alright. Does a divine smite make it an attack with a magic weapon, or is it or a smite radiant damage or something?
A smite adds radiant damage.
Right, but your weapon is non-magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 6 piercing, 9 radiant.
Alright. Yeah, the weapon itself doesn't seem to do much again except for knock away a few feathers, but the holy essence of your deliverance proves to be resoundingly effective. Marielle, how you doing back there?
Clutching my ears and wincing in agony.
Prince Durendal is mouthing something to you. Marielle! Marielle!
Adrian!
Angered by this, he's gonna bum rush the rock that screamed and try to tear it apart.
Alright, it seems to be feeble enough. We're breaking through with most of our hits. 14 rips away nothing but feathers, but the second attack rips the rotten flesh.
His attacks are not magical, I don't think, if that's relevant.
It is indeed relevant, and he's doing his best, but that skin is as hard as steel. Lithrana.
I will step up 2. And I will. Oh, I might be able to hit all 3.
Vexpor, Durendal, and Garn.
Fireball.
Oh, unfortunately, I won't. Nah, sad. But I can hit. Oh, it moved me character sheet. There we go. Now, was more than half or less than? Oh, like I can move it up. I would like to cast slow.
All
on
right.
that.
Hell yeah.
What's the saving throw? Wisdom?
Yes.
It's a dex save.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Right. Here we go. Corner. Duo, and they have
One
magic.
fail. Oh,
Magic
yeah, one.
resistance. No, one still. For what it's worth. All right. Yeah. So the one closest to the snake seems to get a heavy burden as its wings flap more slowly and its attacks become that much more predictable. Oh, Vexpor, you're on the front line. You were born for this moment.
Yeah, it's time to do the classic of Booming Blade.
That'll hit. Yeah.
So we got 13 radiant plus 8 thunder plus another 4 radiant since it's a fiend for 25.
We belong together. As you destroy a large amount of the material essence that keeps the fiend bound to this world, and it begins to look ragged and as if it's losing losing grip on its attachment to this reality.
Okay. Since I used a cantrip, bonus action to do a regular attack. Another 16.
Together we bring the dawn.
11.
Brilliant. And the Vrock absolutely panics and screams and begins yelling things in Abyssal. The snake, our hapless serpent, as well as the Dark Elf, will notice the Vrocks become quite frightened. Yeah, there's no other word for it. They fear what they hear when the Vrock to the north begins to scream in panic. Insane.
All right, I'm gonna move onto the bridge. I think 5, 20. It's difficult terrain getting past the Thrani. Yes.
Yeah, but not the illusion.
All right. And I'm going to frostbite that one. Actually, I will twin spell, and I'll frostbite both of them.
Brilliant.
Twin spell there. Bam, bam. DC 14 con saves. Both succeed, so they don't have disadvantage on the next attack.
All right. You cast your bolts of frost, but their foul wind blows them astray. Badger, the rocks are in front of you, and it looks like they are about to attempt a maneuver to surround you entirely.
Right. Just checking here. I'm gonna move my sphere.
Yeah.
15 feet this way. And then I'm gonna try and ram it back into it. Probably won't do any damage, but just want to see if I can keep it busy, maybe. And it's providing an illumination, so there's that.
Yeah, the illumination is handy as well.
Actually, what I might do is I might just move it another further 15 feet on top of this bridge here, just to use it for illumination then.
Sure.
Now this one, this one next to me, he swooped down and he's next to me, trying to
Yeah.
claw me, but slowed.
Yeah, that's all correct.
All right. I will strike fourth, but I will miss with my head and curl it back around him as I attempt to constrict him.
Nice.
And I pull him back down into the water and begin constricting him.
Alright, the
And my
water's about
body
15 feet
has
deep.
my body has the faint glow of green as magical power does the work. And then with my movement, I will try and drag him over this way a little bit. And that will be my
Excellent.
turn.
You begin crushing him underneath the water, and you're not sure if he can breathe or not, but if so, you're drowning it. Now, are you still in the water, even though like your token's not entirely? Are you still in the water or not?
So I imagine like the back half of me, which has the thing constricted, is still in the water,
Sure.
and I'm starting to come up on land with my other half.
All right. With your head exposed, the rocks fly in like a pair of birds trying to get a snake in the.
19, 17, 17, and 17 will hit. Ooh, ooh, oh, okay. Hold on. Stop. So first of all, let's do damage.
Yeah.
Is
43,
59?
59?
Yeah.
59.
I'm still in my form by 1 HP.
Bullshit, that's incredible.
And then I will surely lose concentration here on my spell, but let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, I'll delete that. I might make a flaming sphere before I delete it actually.
It's also 5 feet wide, or just 5 foot cube.
Oh, it's not a 10-foot?
No, it says 5 foot diameter, but I think it's just a space.
Right. Okay. Alright. Spell effects. 30 seconds it'll take. What's it called? Flaming sphere, yeah?
Mhm.
Flaming sphere. And can be used at this stage only by Badger. Alright, should be good now. Okay, moving on. The Vrox move in, they try to rip you apart, but they are unsuccessful. Gone.
I will try to stab the Vok.
And once again, the luck of the kobolds are with you, as you succeed mostly by sheer fortune rather than any true.
I didn't mean to use like what's it? The extra damage things.
The smite?
Device
Yeah,
smite.
no worries. Yeah.
Because I've got so few
Alright.
spell slots. I'm waiting for like the crit if anything happens.
Good call. And as a result, your weapon proving to be ineffective in comparison to Dawn is largely shrugged off by the Vrock, who is now determined to rip the hands off of Vex. Marielle, its attention is clearly upon the hobgoblin.
Alright. Well, recovering from the screech, I'll run in to join the battle against the Vrock and make 2 attacks. the Shadow Blade. It's in dim light or darkness, I think. Unless Dawn's giving off light.
I think Dawn does, yeah.
That's right then.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe it gave off like 20 foot of light
Oh
at
yeah,
least.
maybe it's 5 or 10.
Like a torch at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Normal attacks then.
15 actually.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still on the
15 and
radius
30
one.
or just
15 foot
15?
radiant, 15 bright, and another 15 dim. The light is sunlight.
Oh, that's good to know.
That hurts me.
You
It
can use
does.
an action to expand or reduce its radius of bright and dim light by 5 feet each.
Alright,
To a
your
maximum
pack
of 30
tactics.
or a minimum of 10.
Good. I assumed that it was always shedding light. I didn't know it was sunlight, but it's good.
And
Yeah, the cobalt does not work.
First attack. Not gonna hit. Second attack.
No.
It's better.
Much more effective.
Are you using
Well,
like a
psychic,
Shadow Blade
but-
and the Dawn Blade?
Yeah,
Am I
you're
con-
using a blade of light, and I'm using a blade of darkness.
Oh, okay. I'm just confused who has which sword. I get it now.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Vexbore has it.
Together
Yes.
we can defeat the Sword of Light! It says in the common tongue. Join us now! Join us in bringing an end to the dawn!
I don't think so.
Side quest started.
Betray the party.
Marielle, do you accept? Durendal, you guys are all monsters and shit. Come on, kill the dude with the golden. Prince
it'd be a lot
Durendal.
cooler if you didn't.
Not true. Two attack. That's right. Although they are not particularly effective, one cannot knock the man for running into hand-to-hand combat with a real demon. That takes some.
That's true.
Yeah, it's quite a feat to box on with a demon. All right, Lithrana. Lithrana is dead.
I am not dead. I was mic muted. Hello.
She's like
Welcome back.
Oh, hang on. Fucking character sheet. Get out of here. Don't need you right now.
Go on.
Go on, get. Now, would that affect that one if it was halfway through it?
Yes.
I can designate who I would like to do it to. So I'd like to do it to the 3 Vrocs that have not been targeted by slow and cast it again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that looks accurate too. Yeah, you're actually right. They are the 3 that haven't been slowed. All right, brilliant. Constitution was it?
Wisdom.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Starting with the top.
Oh,
Fuck.
That was.
Alright.
That's unfortunate.
I rolled a lot of 20 for attack.
And with that, I would like to step back.
Alright.
Can I have one of those 20s?
And tomorrow.
He's hoarding them.
I am. Vexvor.
Right. I think now I can go and finish off with a booming blade. Yeah, I'm sure that's enough.
Devastating. We did it! Together we did it! The demon's essence disrupts, and it opens a tiny portal back to the abyss, which sucks it in like a maelstrom of whelp.
Oh, let's not celebrate too early. We have more demons to kill. As I move further into the cave.
It's our divine duty.
Indeed.
Alright, Sane.
Alright. I'm thinking here. I'm really thinking to use polymorph.
Don't hurt yourself.
Shut up, Grady. I won't use polymorph just yet. I'm going to use Eldritch Blast on the closest rock.
He said
Alrighty.
it.
Actually, I'm going to use Frostbite.
Cast the spell, Bard.
I'm going to use Frostbite, actually. And I'm going to twin spell it again. So this one and this one. Let's do that. Bam, bam.
Con. Yeah, con. 1, 2.
Well, the first one has disadvantage on his next attack, but the second one does not.
Okie dokie. And 3 points of damage, which don't seem to affect him, anything more than the most minor of inconveniences. But being slowed, what does the frostbite do? Lose
It has
reactions?
disadvantage on its next attack. Let me just read
Disadvantage
it.
on this attack.
I'll put it in.
Alright, cool. No worries at all. Badger, you are in the middle of things and your snake form has broken every bone in its body.
All right. Well, first things first, I'm going to use a bonus action to heal up with my combat wild shape. And I'm going to use a 3rd level slot on it. So it's 3d8 heal.
Some of your bones mend.
And then while I still have this guy constricted or grappled, he's actually considered restrained while I have him grappled. I will move with him. Actually, I'll take the dodge action first, and then I'll move with him up this way, probably provoking 1 opportunity attack from this guy.
Yeah. And he has
With-
disadvantage on the attack.
Nice. Does not hit. And that is my turn. Just taking dodge action.
Alright. The Vrox already have you in their sights. One of them can't move. But the cave is high enough that they're able to attack in 3 dimensions on top of each other if necessary. All attacks made at disadvantage. 1, 2, 3.
You know, this is where the Mexican flag got its idea from. This fight.
Yeah. So one of those is going to hit in any case. A 14 doesn't hit, does it?
14 will not hit, but the 24 will.
Okay, so 1 hit. Is still in form. 2,
Yep.
3, 1. 15 hit.
Nope, 16 AC.
2, 3.
18 will hit.
And now you're back in
And
normal form.
That will put me back in normal form.
Alright, is that all? Is that 6? That's 3 beaks. And that's 6 talons. There needs to be 9, so there's 3 more talons to come. No, that's all the talons. 3 beaks, 6 talons. That's right. Yeah, so that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the right numbers. Awesome. And yeah, you shrink back down, and the Vrox begin to cackle with glee. Presumably you lose grip since you no longer have a tail.
Yep.
And they consolidate and move in to apply even more pressure to Garn.
Well, I saw the snake going down that way, so I think I need to help. And the evil light man went that way, so I'm going to swim down this way.
Absolutely. You can get an extra 10 feet of movement by traveling.
Let's try that movement again. I messed that up.
Sure.
And there we go. And I have a swimming speed.
Brilliant.
Oh, the evil light man is there. I saw. And I think
you get away from Dawn only for Dawn to come around the corner.
I'm helping.
he just comes around this corner and just shrieks again as like the lights in his face again. Yeah,
Can we? Sorry, can we use other icons? Because I think this one's slowed and these are not.
They're all slowed, aren't they?
Are
No,
they?
they succeeded the saves.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
they like
right.
Only
the
one. Only
20s?
one failed.
The
The
one
one
on the
that I
bottom, I'm pretty sure.
My mistake.
But if you think they're all slow, that's
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the dodge action where I'm standing.
All right, brilliant. Um,
Is it my turn, you said?
I think so. Yeah.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 4 badger.
Hmm.
35, 40. And I will yeet my shadow blade at that one there.
All
The
right.
top one. Yeah.
That'll
No,
do.
you did very hard.
Shit.
For a lot of psychic damage.
Fuck.
fuck
You're right.
me.
It's all
Let's
right.
see. That is 42 psychic damage.
And all of its feathers fall out all at once, leaving nothing but like a rotten, oily chicken skin underneath.
And then I'll
Plucked
use a
from.
bonus action to cause the sword to dissipate in a cloud of smoke and then reform back in my hand.
The Varrock can't help but be impressed.
That's it.
Durendal
Okay,
has been
well,
left by himself.
he will dash in order to get here. And
Good
end his
man.
turn.
The Throna.
Alright. Step 1, 2. Let me just the range of that. Feet, that should be fine. 20-foot cube. That's right, isn't it? For fairy fire? 20-foot cube? Seems right.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yep. Dexterity save.
Alright, they will have advantage. 1, 2.
Damn.
Pretty good. The Vexbore. Dawn is the solution to the darkness.
That she is. Just like how the Warlock casts Eldritch Blast, I will cast Booming Blade. 18, 22.
That'll do. That Varrock begins to very concerned and starts screeching out things in abyssal to the other Varrocks, but they simply ignore its terrorized plea.
Bonus action, regular attack. Not enough.
Not enough. Not enough.
I think I will action surge.
Dawn
And
likes it when you action surge.
do 2 more regular attack. No. I have 14 misses.
It does by an inch.
Oh, embarrassing.
Indeed.
I'm gonna throw myself into the river.
They are doing their absolute utmost to avoid your blows. And they praise Orcus for protecting them in this moment of brightness.
That's my turn.
The light is terrible. Orcus, please help me. Same.
All right. Saina's gonna dash to get to there, and that's his turn.
Alright, he did his best. Badger! Sherman
All right.
Badger.
Bit of a pickle, innit? I think I will cast Fairy Fire, and I'm gonna have it overlap with myself as well. To get this area or thereabouts. It's probably a bit bigger
Yeah.
than that, but that's what I'm going for.
Alright, 3 of us make saves. Una, do a tray. All pass.
And I fail.
Lol.
Actually, I'm gonna use my inspiration on my
No,
saving throw.
I don't think you should.
Yeah, I think I should.
Just giving the
There we
rock
go.
advantage. But it's concentration, so like as soon as you see it not work on the rocks, couldn't you just drop it immediately?
No, not necessarily. It's worked on one, which
Okay.
is fine.
The Vrock speak to each other and they come to an agreement. That agreement is to kill the bearer of dawn. They fly in 3 dimensions naturally, and so they basically fly above us. And I'll leave them so that they're behind, so as to
Oh.
provide less confusion. But they are effectively above us at this point.
Wait, they do actually all save because they have magic resistance. Fuck.
They do all save. That's right.
Hey, that's my square. Get out.
Yeah, but it's above you.
But it's my square.
Well, it's not your square. You only occupy the 5 foot by 5 foot, like the head part. That's not yours. Like you just get 5 foot square, 5 foot cube. So like, yeah, sorry, but
Doesn't
you,
it know we're playing on a 2D surface?
no, it's got no wings. It uses old school rules. It's got like the old edition rules with maneuverability classes and all sorts of stuff. It's still using Thacker.
Bullshit.
All right.
That's why we
They
can't
all
hit them.
exactly. They all just go for our champion, Sorn Dawnbringer. I'm gonna do a trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
So did the 16 hit on the bite?
No, I have 19 AC.
Didn't think it would. So 1 talent.
But I would like to shield.
Bugger. So
So
that brings
I
it up
think
to
that's
24.
1 talon, yeah.
Oh no! 1 hit. It rips through your attack. And at that point, yeah, you emit your shield, and everything else just bounces off. The shield glows like a golden orb, like the sun. A little soul healed deep in the Underdark, and the rocks, they just absolutely fucking panic at this point. This is too much for them. They know fear. Orcus! Orcus! They chant, which is a word in the abyssal tongue that translates direct to common. Orcus!
I'm gonna say orcs can't save you now. Not knowing who Orcus is.
No
Do
better
you have
time
any
to convert.
orcs? Exactly.
How high are they off the ground?
Very close. So
Okay.
if we think of 5 foot cubes and they're like 6 feet off the ground, if we would prefer to have a 7 foot by 5 foot cube, then yeah, they're however high they're right above us, right above us.
I guess it's against the wall. I can like climb part way up and stab at them.
Yeah, and even you could do it like that, absolutely.
So I'm like 3 feet tall.
It is a challenge. It is a challenge.
Ooh, pretty good.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so what? 10 points. Well, I suppose 5 with its resistance.
You got it. And you bother the Vrock, but only mildly. It tries to beat its wings upon you, but that's all. Marielle.
Okay. Let's see. I'll give my patented Shadow Flame Blade attack a go. On the closest rock.
Alright.
Nope, that's gonna miss.
It is indeed. Durendal.
Your claws. Again on the closest rock.
Indeed, it's the one that's harassing you, so. But. Oh, just barely.
Probably only half that, but still something.
A few feathers and nothing more, Lithrana.
I would like to run 30 feet here and not see anything. And then I would like to do nothing. So I
Alright.
got action dash to Heather.
Alright. Vexport.
I will do a booming blade. However, it won't be against very wounded one. I think I'll go for the one like south on Badger's tile.
Indeed, it suffered a few wounds, but certainly not as much as the one that you indicate.
No, I can't quite seem to hit today.
No.
Bonus action, regular attack will be the very wounded one. Why isn't saving face like a swift action or something that I could do every time?
Exactly. Why can't I do it all the time? Same.
That is
But,
me.
but Dawn is not coming. Not today.
Yeah, maybe I like lower down her light and thinking about my kobold companion. You know, lower down the brightness so he can see. And
Turn down the brightness.
Yeah.
Dark theme. Alright, I'm going to move 25 feet to get to there. And then I'm going to polymorph Badger, should he so accept it, into... where'd my wild shape form go?
Another snake.
Please give me something with decent intelligence.
A badger.
Ape!
Aw, why are you like this? Well, I don't have an ape prepared, but I could probably
God, you're
prepare
so
one.
useless. Why didn't you see this coming?
I didn't see it. You know what? Shut up.
You still got co-GM rights to this campaign, right? You can make your own ape
but I
up?
need. Yeah, I can rejoin as GM, but I don't.
Don't
wanna
worry.
do
If
it
you have to
on
rejoin, don't worry about that. I'll just make a note.
Yeah, just plop me down or something.
Yeah, it is a giant ape, of course.
It just says regular ape. It's
Oh.
challenge rating half. Just says ape.
Oh, right. All right. You
Why?
really are just.
Why?
There can be giant ape.
I'm looking at
Maybe if
a
you're not-
chart, all right?
Yeah,
You're looking
no,
at a
that's
chart
fine.
and you can do anything up to CR7, and you give me something to CR half.
Well, Sash,
9
if you want to
HP
send
sounds
me
good.
a chart that you use, help.
Oh fuck!
I could have made you a cranium rat. Would you prefer that, huh?
At least they're
Fuck with me, Sash.
intelligent.
You'll be a cranium rat.
At least just to the primate. Just get used to it. Alright, so I'll give you control of the regular ape.
I was gonna say, I like using that one because you can filter for like specific CR beasts.
So, are you Giant ape is CR7. If you would like to give me that.
Yeah, I didn't know I could. Do you have a
Alright.
chart that you use?
Yeah, I
Samesh?
just sent it. RPG bot
you
is
just
like
sent
a
it?
full guide for all beasts. Not
Thank
all.
you.
There are some that have been recently added.
But I mean, who doesn't want that sweet 1d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage?
I'll just start throwing feces at everyone.
And since you're the druid, like everyone would be like, why did you pick that animal?
I like the way you transform me into an ape and like he just you. Can't you make me any bigger? Oh right, yeah, sure.
Give like a Mario 1-up?
That's it.
That one
Yo,
looks like Sash, though.
Challenge rating 8 is Tyrannosaurus Rex. Sick.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
I can't see.
I guess you can't.
You're welcome.
Oh my god. I'll remember this.
I was trying to help.
Did his best.
Can I get a little spectator thing? I'll try not to metagame.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you partial vision with your ape.
If you can make the vision just as big as the token itself, I don't know what you
Yeah,
have to do for that, like 2
0,
or
0
something.
should work.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what's working,
there we
right?
go.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
perfect.
Dawn is emitting light, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
Vex
yeah.
was
Dawn
right
is
next to
meeting
you.
light.
It's making
yeah.
Garn very sad.
Yes, it is, and it's annoying the Varrock out of these demons as well. All of which express their anger by simultaneously screeching. All 3 of them. That's
Here
going
we
to be
go.
3 Constitution as it saves.
Yeah.
All
Have the
right, this
con
could
save,
prove
Patrick.
devastating.
Oh,
no.
you may have saved me here with this. No. I guess stunned is stunned, right?
I'm gonna inspiration the fumble.
All right.
Shoot.
Oh. Uh-oh. I just realized what this means for me.
What?
Everyone's stunned in the front line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we'll just skip past, like, Garn, you're stunned, right?
Yeah, I'm stunned.
Marielle's stunned. Durendal's stunned.
I
We
just
do
need to
make
make a save.
Yeah, we do make saves at the end of our turn.
Oh,
Oh,
good
okay.
call. I
Oh.
thought I think it only lasts until the end of the Brock turn.
Yeah,
right?
ended of Rock's turn.
End of Rock's turn,
it's-
yes.
Yeah.
So after they've gone again.
After they've gone again, it's over. Yeah. Lithrana, not affected.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, just.
My goodness.
Oh,
Alright.
fuck me. I didn't realize there was 3 still.
There it is, 3 still.
Oh, God. Fuck. Do they have to... Does one of them have to roll anything for that flow?
Yeah, he should.
Yes.
I haven't rolled for him, but he should.
Yeah, so wisdom
Right?
saves at the end of each of his turns.
Good call. He's only had 1 turn, I'm pretty sure, and that's a fail. But I've been maybe taking too many attacks with that guy because I was still doing multi-attack, which I don't.
Oh, you can take one. You can take one action. So
and multi-attack is an
an
action. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
I feel like you can only do one.
Yeah, it says
thing.
regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't make more than 1 melee range attack during
Oh.
its turn.
There you go.
Yeah, so not action, 1 melee range attack. That's good and specific. All right, so I'll remember that for this next turn, which might be more important than the last.
Which one is looking wounded the most? If I can tell.
You probably can't see the red dot, maybe, but he
Yeah,
is the
I
worst.
can. Yeah. All right. Well, I will do a level 4 magic missile. 3 into this one for now.
All right. bam.
You just need to get 5 on the last one.
And how many do I have? I have 6 all up. 1 for each level.
You start with 3, and what level did you cast it at?
4.
So yeah, you get another 3. That's right. 6.
Yeah.
2 more.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
thought you just
cool.
got 1 more per upcast.
You
Yes, I
do, but you
cast a
start
level
with
4.
3. Yeah.
Ah.
So 3 at level 1, 4 at level 2, 5 at level 3,
Okay.
6 at level
Yeah,
4.
A lot of magic.
It's highly inefficient, but if you need the damage now, it's a good way
Yeah,
of getting
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. It
And I've
delivers.
only got like single target spells on my other ones.
Yeah. So 2 more rolls. Yeah.
Yeah. Then 1 more at that one. And if it's
Still
still
going?
not dead, another one.
All right, and it's still not dead.
Fuck.
I know, right? These things are pretty resilient, particularly since we don't have a lot of magical weapons. But we do have Vexpor on the job. Vexpor stunned. Sane also stunned. They all attack.
No,
with
I'm not
Vexpor.
stunned.
No, of
No,
course you're not.
I
Yeah.
rolled a 19.
Well done.
Did you roll 3 saves?
Oh,
you only
3.
got
I
only
don't
next
think
to
the other
one.
ones were in.
Yeah, I think you're only
range.
affected by 1. Yeah, just 1. I'm pretty sure for you.
All right. Then I will do a. Just looking at my first level spells there. Oh, that one's not prepared. Damn. All right, Eldritch Blast it is for the first time. Don't say it. Ooh. On that one.
All right, brilliant.
10 points of damage.
It hisses at you and tells you that you are next in the abyssal tongue, but you know not what it screams. The Varrock then lay their wrath down upon a still stunned Sorn, giving themselves advantage. The first one, who is slowed, gets only a single attack. 16 not going to do it. The other ones get their full complement of attacks, all at advantage. That was 1 too many beaks. Yep.
I should also have gone. I was stunned, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I should have gone before the rocks. My initiative was
course.
deleted with my token.
Oh, it was deleted. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. I'll add that in. Or you can add it in if you.
Does the stun end after they finish their turn?
It does.
Okay.
And I think the 23 and the 21 are the only 2 that hit.
Yeah, with advantage. Oh, ho.
Savage
Okay.
strikes.
That's why I rolled high on my HP. That's okay. I still had half.
All right, brilliant. So yeah, you're still looking okay, and Dawn has complete confidence in your imminent victory, which will be as sure as the sun rises in the morning.
What's the sun?
I'll show you soon. Just wait a minute. Like, I'll take you there soon. I promise.
Oh, thank you.
It's time to poke with the rapier. It's time to miss with the rapier.
You're doing your best. It's bright right now. You're not coping well. Marielle.
We'll go for a double attack with my Shadow Blade. They both hit.
They do.
21 psychic damage.
All right, and you've gotten its attention now, but it is still merely bothered, not actually frightened of you. The only fear that it knows is from the dawn.
Speaking of, is that emitting light yet? Because I can't see anything.
No, I didn't bother putting it down because it's about as big as your 8 vision anyway, so I just didn't bother changing it if that's okay. Yeah.
It kind of matters because it might give me
Cool.
vision of something else
could.
outside of my token.
Cool. I'll put a 20/20 down, and that's probably a little bit too generous, but that's good enough.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
Vex 4 under me?
Yes. Or
Okay.
yeah, it's a little bit three-dimensional at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Durendo?
A little bit of slashing damage and the same rock that I've been attacking.
Alright, brilliant. It's a little bit more, a little bit more. Lithrana, this encounter is beginning to become a drain. You should probably still have confidence, but they're proving to be more difficult than perhaps we anticipated.
All right. Couple more magic missiles into this one at level 3, sorry. No, I'll do 2. Level 2.
Bam, bam.
$15 damage all up. On the left one again.
That's really beginning to weaken it now, and it looks like the vortex is opening and beginning to suck it back into its own reality, but it still hangs on desperately to our world.
And then I will move back to there.
Let's finish this, Vexbor. Is there a Vexbor in the house?
There is. I was muted. I'm going to first use my bonus action to second wind.
Alright.
Oh, I gotta first select my token first. Not the best, but it's
Bad
okay.
toxic air down here. These rocks, they stink.
Then I guess I think I'm just gonna hit the wounded one with booming blade because I think it's time to kill it. Oh my gosh!
They are all putting their pressure on you at one time, and no matter how hard you swing, Vexbor, you've got to believe in yourself.
What if I'm not good enough?
Sane
is gonna do another twin spelled frostbite. Bam, bam. One on that and one on that. A 1 point of damage. Wow. Also, I redid it because I have the Master Apprentice one to 1d12, which is the next one up from 2d6, isn't it?
No. If it's already 2d6, it'll go up to 2d8.
Oh, okay. Well.
1d12 is bigger than 2d6 because 2d6's minimum is 2, whereas 1d12's minimum is 1.
Yeah, I was doing it the opposite. I don't know why, but my math was so off. I thought 1d12, that means I can only roll a 2 or higher.
Yeah. The average is only 0.5 different, but yeah.
Should I just re-roll those?
Go ahead, yeah. Since this is really the first time it's actually mattered anyway.
8 and a 12.
8 and a 12 is much better than a 1 and
The first one fails.
Alright. Once again, the frost doesn't seem to have a great deal of effect, but you do at least slow one of their attacks down, making them that much more predictable. The giant ape.
All right. So here's an interesting question. I am a moon druid, so I have the level 6 ability Primal Strikes, and I am currently in a form that is a beast.
I don't.
You are, yeah.
I think beast form is a feature, and
is it specifically
the druid thing? Like, is it? What's it called?
It's called
yeah,
a wild shape. It's
Okay.
not
yeah, wild
called
shape is
beast
not
form.
called beast form, so I think you are in beast form. That is my
Yeah, that. I mean,
reading of the information from what little we have in that column there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'd be attacking them in any case.
I guess so.
but I will make an attack against this one.
Yeah.
And the ape gets a multi-attack, so I will punch.
Crunch. No, both of those miss, don't they? Because they're not
Yeah.
advantaged.
Yep.
Lol. All right. You smash holes in the wall, but that's about it. You are not used to, like, you go to attack as a little ape and then a big ape, and it just, it throws your ape sense right out the window.
Can I make an extra attack because I'm annoyed?
Go ahead, but it can only be at yourself. You have to beat your own chest.
Oh, no.
Alright. The Vrox are hanging on to reality. With their grip slipping, they see this as their last chance to kill the bearer of dawn. But nah, that's not going to work. Let's just go for the old-fashioned attacks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All on Vexfor. Maybe muted?
I am muted. I will take the hit. I don't think
Alright.
I'm killed.
1,
I'll
2,
just keep it.
and I think
Oh, wait, I think only
19.
one hit, though.
Yeah, only one hits. Yeah, my mistake. Yeah, so the
Okay.
15 is all. Alright, so they are getting ever more stressed, and they start to believe that this battle is beyond them. Orcus! Manifest Orcus! God.
time for the stab. And I will use Divine Smite. Like, I don't think crits happen.
Alright, you are doing your best.
And I'm going to upcast to level 2, because those are the only spell slots I have left.
Alright. Alright, so half damage from the sword for 5.
18 points of damage, I think.
18 reduces it to -14. Destroyed. And there is a small vortex of the abyss that pulls the last of this creature's vile essence in with it.
And
Do you want to consolidate, or do you hang on the wall?
I'll get down and move across.
Brilliant. Marielle.
2 attacks. Only one's going to hit, I assume.
That's right.
24 psychic damage.
Absolutely devastating. And the creature begins to view you as a threat equal to that of the Dawnbringer.
Let's see if Darendil can finish off with literally scratch damage. It's not a
He
crit for this
cannot.
man.
But
Okay.
he makes a difference, however small.
Doing his best.
Lithrana, the battle just keeps going.
Whoa. Fuck. Running out of spellsy. I will cast. Fire didn't do much, did it?
Not a lot, but nor did cold for that matter.
Yeah. Force seems to be really unworking. I will do one more magic missile at second
Alright.
level. At the one at the front, sorry.
Alrighty. One at the front is more heavily injured.
And I'll just do all 4 into it. Saves Fardassing around. There we go. 5, 10.
7,
16.
16. Alright. Devastating. And the vortex begins to open and swirl looking as if it might suck the creature in, but it hangs on stubbornly, refusing to go back to the vile pits of this. Vexbor, why don't you believe in yourself?
Why don't I? That's correct. I'm gonna start believing. I'm gonna booming blade the slow one on the bottom.
Alright.
Aha!
You have struck gold.
11, 13.
Alright, the creature curses you and condemns your soul and promises that your bones will be used as ornaments by all. You don't understand.
And then I will turn and bonus action and attack the wounded one that looks like he's going to be entering his portal. Aha!
That's what you want to see.
Plus another d4 because
Then, yeah.
yeah, so 24 damage on the wounded one.
Utter destruction. You get a brief glimpse of the abyss beyond through the tiny portal, a world with mist and bones that stretch forever, a parade of 1,000 skulls that leads to a palace made of bones, and then the vision is lost as the rock disappears into the wild. I knew you could do it.
Thank you, Dom.
Sane is going to frostbite the last one.
All right.
Fails.
14 is what it needs. No, it's actually it's a magic resistance.
Oh, of course,
so,
magic resistance. I completely forgot about that.
Just barely shrugs it off. But it's ape time. Time to go ape shit.
Yes, I will turn around to this creature and attempt to pluck him out of the sky and fist his ass.
Oh my goodness. That's not very cricket.
I'll give him the old Hopawati. All right, is a 15 hit?
It will. You brutalize this bird. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Now, unfortunately, your attacks are not Oh, they are magical. We established that. Yeah. Of course they are. Brilliant. And you literally rip a portal vortex before your very eyes as you tear open this thing's chest. A vortex, a portal to the abyss opens within its own body, and it begins to collapse in upon itself. But not before it can make one last attempt at killing the wielder of the dawn. Is this the slowed one? I can't see anymore.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Alright. Then it will use its spores. Everyone in 15 foot, which is not Sawn, makes a DC 14 con save.
Not me? Or
Not
Sane?
not Sane, not Sane. I'll roll the d10. Gone. The creature cannot last any longer.
It's time to stab it. And I also needed to make con save. I saved the spell.
You're fine.
Okay, I will stab it. And I'll use my last spell slot. I think that's 13 points of damage, I think.
Alright, that looks like 13, and it will be enough to send it back to the abyss. Your holy vengeance.
I sort of help it through the rift as it's collapsing in on itself, like stuffing a cloth into a hole.
Brilliant.
See how long it takes me to stop dying from spores.
Oh, who got? If you look poisoned, I'll use lay on hands.
Alrighty. I think I would have had to take at least one roll. Oof. Alright, I'll take it.
I was going to do you first and then me.
I think I would have had my turn before you, wouldn't I? Or would you have had your turn first?
I just went, so yeah, you would have taken some damage.
I'll take the 10 then, and then gladly accept your curing.
And then I'll take
Oh,
damage.
Jesus Christ.
And then I'll lay on hands myself.
God, you can't pass your con check. That's a brutal ability.
I mean, it is even just max damage every time.
You keep rolling 10s on the damage dice.
Is anyone else poisoned?
I think so. Oh, Darendale
I-
probably would have had to make a con save,
Maybe,
but
maybe.
I imagine you'd get to him at some point.
Sort of beat my chest and go up to Marielle and point an accusing finger at her and sort of
What?
pat myself down.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Start banging my chest.
Oh, I think he likes being an ape.
I don't speak monkey.
I go over to Lithrana, do the same.
You want me to get rid of it? That's a shame. And then I will cast a spell magic on him.
But why didn't you go to the person who cast the spell?
I didn't know who cast it.
That was unpleasant. Who did that?
Did well.
Look at me.
You're very unappreciative for someone who has just been powered up using my powers.
I may have been strong, but I couldn't see anything save for the light of that weapon.
Well, maybe you should get better eyes then.
My eyes are burning. Like, what's wrong with that sword? It must be evil.
I think you're just not used to it.
I mean, it hurts. Like, I don't stab myself to get used to that.
Maybe you should stab yourself with smaller blades to build up an immunity to larger blades.
No, that doesn't work.
Oh, you have tried it?
Maybe.
Of course you have.
In any case, does anyone need healing?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I scraped my knee a little bit going over the bridge. Do you think you could heal that?
Use.
I'll give
They
5
got
points to lay on hands onto Vexpor. I saw him get injured.
It helps, but Vexpor is so heavily injured that the 5 merely brings back a little colour to his blood-drained face.
Did better than bad.
I'll conjure a little green light of energy, which will work its way around Vexpor, knitting together any wounds, and yeah, you can heal up to 10d6 if you want.
No, I think just 2d6 will be great. Thanks. Yeah, 10d6.
Up to 10d6, yeah.
I might as well just roll it all, right? It doesn't look like anyone else is that injured, except maybe Garm.
Yeah.
Doesn't even bring me up to full. Alright. 33, 64. But that's back in fighting shape, so thank you.
We should make back towards the caravan and let them know the way is clear.
Good idea.
So you turn back, getting ready to liaise with the caravan, but you find them much closer than you had expected. Here's your Duerga caravan leader, by the way, and you find him much closer than you'd expected. We had a bit of problem back there, says the leader of the Outriders, the guy who is mounted on the giant scorpion. And you can see that Dalgrim is with them as well as Apollo. And Dalgrim explains, we got attacked from the rear by Drow. We dealt with them all, I think, but it seemed that they were in pursuit of us. They might have been just raiders, they might have just been bandits, but I think they were assassins. I think they might be the forward scouts of our old friends.
Oh, we got attacked by demons.
Oh, well, are you okay then?
I think so. It poisoned me pretty good.
All's well that ends well.
We dealt with them after some harrowing battle, but these drow, did you see any more of them? You think we're being followed?
Did not see any more of them, no. But they have the telltale signs of being forward scouts. They are all males, and they attacked after following us for some distance. Perhaps they are raiders, but I've usually think that raiders will set up an ambush for you to walk into, where it seems that these ones happened upon us, and when they caught up with us, they attacked without any hesitation.
Then we should move on from this place before they pick up our trail.
Hi, Dalgrim agrees.
Vexpor, can you turn off the eyesore, please?
I'll like dismiss like the blade part of Dawn to get rid of the light. Sorry, I can't help it in combat.
Yeah, that is much better.
Well, let us tarry no longer. We will stay closer to you. No more than 500 feet, I think, in this case. After all, if we come under a full attack, I will want you within earshot to come back to assist us. I thought that most of our dangers would lie ahead of us, but now I can see that perhaps the greatest threat is behind.
Fair enough.
Very well. And yet the predictive fact does not come. And so after pushing for another 4 hours, perhaps another 6 hours, perhaps another 8 hours, we will have pretty much put in 12 hours of solid travel this very day. Just trying to make sure that we get ahead of them as much as we can before we have to rest. Since after all, we will need more rest than the elves will. But as we come to the point where Snowy is ready to call it in for the hour, we spot an unusual phenomenon. Now, I have done this route before to Blinkenstone from Grakelstug, It is not uncommon. I have been doing it since my days of youth. But but I have never ventured along this path. As you can see, the bats are now flying away up there, flying away towards whatever it is that they want to feed upon. But that is not our path. Our path towards Blingdenstone lies in that direction. The drow will be expecting us to go to Blingdenstone. After all, that is where my consignment is. So perhaps we should do what my consignment says and go to Blingdenstone. After all, that is where my money is. But it maybe will throw off the drow. Take the other route and can somehow make it look as if we went towards Blingdenstone as they will be predicting. I am not sure of this. What do you all think? Should we continue along to Blingdenstone, or should we take this path that I have not traveled? I will call it the Bat Road.
Hmm.
I think that traveling a new path that you do not know might be a little bit too risky.
But if we do not take this back road, then we risk being harried by drow.
That is true. But there might be worse, lurking on the other road. Or they might even predict this movement.
I could try and throw off the tracks if I stay behind and manage to sweep them up. Perhaps misdirect them.
Oh, maybe we could go like the safe way and misdirect them into the dangerous path.
Yeah, personally, my vote goes to the standard route. I feel the tried and true method best, even if there may be an ambush.
I agree with Vexpor.
Very
Perhaps
well.
we could also kill two birds with one stone if those are the pursuers.
I am not understanding your expression, but Nick, I think that this is what we shall do anyway. We need rest now. The Ross will not walk another step without getting a bit of shut eye. So be it. Set up your camps and your defenses, and let us wait out until the bats return.
I will move across the bridge and I will motion a hand to the river, and with a pull of my finger, I will pull some water, seemingly levitating it from the riverbed, and it will increase in volume as I sort of shape and meld it into a tidal wave that goes down the way we came from.
All right. All right. So you wash away our old tracks and set up a kind of decoy or deception that might throw them off a little bit. We get our 8 hours of rest, which aren't disturbed, and the next morning we are ready to head off in the direction of Blingdenstone.
Wizard people, wasn't you going to cast a spell on the prince guy?
I'll do it when he's asleep. And like that, I'll do that now, like during
Did
after my meditation, I guess. Actually,
we got a long rest just now?
We can have a long rest now. In fact, Snowy's demanding it because the Roth aren't going to move a step forward if he doesn't.
Wonderful.
yeah. During the long rest, could I identify Darendil?
Absolutely. So I guess you better post up the identify spell so I can get the wording right. You choose one object, magic item.
Down the
You
bottom is
learn
where you're
what the
looking. If you instead touch
yeah.
a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any,
spells,
are
if
currently
any,
affected.
are affecting it. What spell? What spells? 0 spells are affecting.
He's a fucking cheat.
Oh, it's not entirely true. It could be a curse, and a curse isn't necessarily a spell.
Didn't you try to remove curse though?
I don't have remove curse.
What are we identifying?
Darendel?
I think Apollo did it to Sane, but didn't have
Oh.
enough, but didn't do it to the twins.
Right.
Alright, do we have any other further ways of making the inquiry?
I don't think we do.
Just trying to see if any of my spells that I can prepare.
We're really trying to get this guy.
Because it's a pretty long shot, but like I can detect the part, like I'll do ritual cast detect poison disease.
Mm-hmm. It reveals neither poison, but as for the disease, I think that's a harder one to decide. I'll have a quick review and decide one way or the other.
In any case, I'm going to prepare Lesser Restoration and attempt to cast that on Garn when we wake.
Hmm. It does have a disease. It's just detect disease, not remove disease, right?
Just detect.
Yeah, it detects madness. Yeah, but calling it a conventional disease would be an incorrect result.
So I guess like
it's
lay on hands wouldn't do anything.
precisely like if you think of a creature that is born mad, then you can't really cure that. If it's like try curing the madness of Cthulhu, you know, like he doesn't think like you, and so you can't actually cure his madness. That's a pretty big and maybe erroneous way of describing it. But in any case, he is suffering from a disease. The disease is insanity, but it's not a conventional disease where, like, dare I use the word, like, say, Alzheimer's or something, you know, or schizophrenia. It's not a categorizable illness. It's just, it's something else.
So I guess at the conclusion, like he just seems to deflate a little bit.
Well, here, let me deal with the fungus.
And I'll cast Lesser Restoration on you, Gun.
Yeah, lesser restoration. I think that works, but I will just double check.
Yeah, it says one disease or one condition afflicting it.
Yeah, this is something a little bit special, though. And I think it will cure it, but I'm not entirely sure. There we go. Afflicted with a disease. Is cured of the disease. Yeah, it does appear to be cured as easy as any other disease. So
Oh, okay.
Doesn't seem to say either way. So I guess it is just cured with. You can't be infected by these particular spores for another 24 hours.
Oh, cool. I have immunity for 24 hours.
Exactly.
Does the stage 1 disappear?
Yeah, it does.
Ah,
But I
so
can't tell you what the name of the disease is, so we'll call it fungal infection for now.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, the thing it gave me is almost a synonym of the floor I already had.
Yeah,
Is
right.
it okay if I just post it?
By all means. By all means.
Yes, achieving my goal is the only thing of interest, and my flaw is I am convinced of the significance of my destiny and blind to my shortcomings.
Worked out well, I guess.
Yeah, it does. Right, it made no real difference at all. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It
but-
was not personality changing by any stretch.
Yeah, but he's not going to get eaten by mushrooms, so your badge is going to get a hug.
What's it doing? Is it attacking me?
He's just happy. Oh, thank you, Badger. You're my friend.
You're welcome.
And I'll give like a tentative pat on your head and then start shaking my leg.
Because I'm probably that short.
The Quaggoth at once yawns and wakes up and stretches and, oh, I was having the most magnificent dream. I was once again in control of my kingdom in Nelrinden vein, and I had vanquished the wizard that was my enemy.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Must have been quite the glorious battle.
Ah, yes, but not as glorious as my kingdom. Nelrinden vein is indeed one of the most magnificent kingdoms in the High Forest, and I swear that I will have my crown back. Terestor will pay. It will be as my dream. It will indeed be a prophecy. And you, friends, must join me in Nelrinden. You will be my honored guests. Our honored guests. He gestures towards Mario.
And where is this place?
The High Forest. The largest forest in the world. It is very high, and that is why it is called the High Forest.
Sane leans into Lithrana. What do you think the odds are that he's just trying to lure us somewhere so he can eat us all?
I say 1 in 5, says Jimjar.
Oh, Jimja, you're here. You know what? I'll take that bet.
I think he's just delusional.
He even made up a name for the fake wizard.
I mean, everyone wants to be a hero, right?
No.
But no, not at
No.
all.
I don't want to be a hero. I just want to live in peace.
That's a pretty good ambition. You look
Yes.
rather stupid, but you come up with some pretty good dreams.
I'm not stupid.
All right.
Yeah,
Whatever you say.
He's the smartest badger I know.
How many other badgers do you know?
I mean, there was one around the cave I used to live in, and it had one eye.
Congratulations, Badger! You're smarter than a one-eyed real badger.
Can we move on, please?
Everybody clap for Badger.
All this talking is making me uncomfortable.
Alright, and we do move on. We leave behind the crossroads, having done our brief deception, and hopefully it'll be give us enough time to get ahead of the dark. The place we travel through now seems to be once again infested with phase rats. It seems that the small glowing orbs of phase rats become less sparse until they positively dominate the area like lanterns. And we spend a significant portion of our journey, essentially the entire next leg of our journey, in dim light. With the phase rest comes life. We're closer to the surface now, and that means more water leaking out of lakes and rivers and so on, and groundwater. And all of this, the phase rest combined with the water, combined with various hot gases and volcanic vents, turns this place into a little forest. mushrooms, of course. Bats and crickets and frogs and worms and so on can all be found within this area that grows ever brighter, ever more living, ever ever louder and softer. You lose sight of the cave floor as it's replaced by mosses and fungi and crawling creatures, things that slither in amongst it. Food is no longer an issue for you. There's plenty to eat and plenty to drink. But something else has happened. You get telepathic images that come unbidden but welcome nonetheless. Places, senses of happiness, of joy, of anticipation, of finality, of achievement, and then it dawns on you. It's Stool, and Stool is excited to be going home. We're close, Stool explains to you. We're close now. I can feel it. I can feel Neverlight.
Can we get there? Would that take us out of our path?
He doesn't. I don't know, but we're going in the right direction.
Then lead us, little one. Take us there.
Should we tell the caravan that we're taking this little detour?
For now, it's not a detour, but it does become after a while. You follow this path, and Stools gets more and more excited as we press on in the right direction until we reach a stream. And this stream's only 5 or 6 feet wide, cold and clear and pure, with fish, some of which we recognize from the surface, neon tetras and guppies and other small little freshwater fish. The river flows deeper into the cave, and Stool says, "Down there, down there." But that's not the path we're going in. We're traveling along the tunnel, and this is a stream. It leads off into the darkness.
Which way?
How far down the stream is where he needs to go?
I suppose we won't know until we go, right? And the little tyke has a right to go home.
Does he know how far down it is?
No, I don't really understand distances. I just feel that it's close.
We should take him home. Back to his people, or whatever you call them.
Is that right? Says the leader of the Dwerga. You are making these decisions now.
Well, I am here as your guide, and, well, you can either go on without me and I will take him home, or you can wait here patiently for me to return.
We do not need a guide. I know how to get to Blinkenstone. It seems you are at my mercy and not me at yours.
Hey guys, we
suppose
can
I
work
am.
together. We just need to help this little guy get home. Like it'll only take a short time. Like we can.
I do not
work
know
together.
if we has do we has a short time. We have rested for 8 hours yesterday, which is what we all need. But the drow do not need 8 hours; they need 4. If they are right on our tails, and he just leaves the rest.
Well, the Underdark is like fast. Like, even if we go that way, like it'll end up taking us to Blingding Stone anyway, won't it?
I don't know about that. I know the road will lead us to Blingdenstone, the river. The river may take us anywhere or disappear altogether.
And
As much as I don't like what the Dwerger has to say, he is right. If we take this detour, then it is likely the drow or our pursuers, whoever they are, will catch up to us. But I am willing to go down this path by myself and take Stool back to his home.
I mean, but won't this be unexpected? Like maybe they'll overshoot us?
It would not be easy for me to take the Roth down through that river. If you go into that tunnel, I would most likely remain here. I would ask that Dalgrom and Apollo stay with me if I remain here.
Well, that could be arranged. Maybe if we go down the tunnel with him, and Dalgrim and Apollo stay with you.
Very well, I will agree to this, but I will do it on one condition. I don't know what they have within the Neverlight Grove, but I am sure that there will be something valuable, something natural, perhaps. If you find something that is marketable and transportable, then gather it for me, give it to me, and perhaps I will be placated by whatever riches you bring back. Is this a deal?
That sounds like a deal to me. What about you, everyone?
I care not for material gain, and so it is of no consequence to me.
Probably solution everyone, or most everyone, will be accepted or most happy with.
Very good. Like I said, I do not know if they have anything marketable, but surely you will find something valuable. Poisons or drugs or something.
I have heard the Neverlight Grove houses many drugs.
Mushrooms are a form of intoxicant. The drow use them. I have known to in their pursuits of understanding demons and devils. Perhaps it will be something like that, small and marketable.
Very well. Why don't you wait here for us, and we will be back post haste.
Very well. Good luck. And so you look, and as I said, it's a river, right? It's a stream. It's not a very broad or deep river, but it is a river. To follow this tunnel, you'll have to walk through water 3 or 4 feet deep.
About one gun deep.
Yeah, about one gun deep. So most of you won't have to swim, at least not at first. But Garn will be swimming from the start.
I mean, Garn is happy in the water.
Good. This is cold water. It's
Oh,
chilly.
he can climb along the side of the wall with equal speed.
He can too, yeah, or even the roof. So ironically, Garn is the least affected by this.
He just gets up onto the wall and falls.
I'll switch into a cave bear, and I think maybe 2 people could ride on me.
Well, this might not be enough room for you as a cave bear. It's really only a 5 foot wide stream.
Oh,
so
okay. Right.
So yeah, it would be.
In that
difficult.
case, I'll do something else. As I grow 8 arms.
Nice.
That is a very good idea. I think I'll also do that. Polymorph myself into an octopus.
Brilliant.
You can
It's
kind of
perfect
carry 8 people.
I guess so. It's really octopus country. Like the combination of shallow water and rocks. You know how octopi climb out of the rock from one pool to another. Yeah, it's good octopus country.
I can like I don't know, suction like 4 people or something and carry them up above my head while the other 4 traverse for me.
Alright.
I mean, I have athletics. I'm probably fine. You could probably carry the spellcasters.
Oh yeah, the 2 elves.
Yeah, make sure they don't get wet.
Alright. You travel through this narrow stream, and it grows both narrower and deeper the further you go, until it's only 4 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet wide, but now a good 8 or 9 feet deep. And the roof is very close to the surface until it disappears completely. The roof comes to a point where the water level is higher than the roof is, thus the entire place is completely submerged. At this point, again, you don't know how much long the river goes for, but do we turn back at this point or keep going into the darkness, into the submerged, completely submerged without any air whatsoever, in the direction of the current?
Seeing as I am probably the most well equipped for this, I will let go of casters and I will squeeze and move down this submerged area of the river and see if I can't find how long it stretches on for.
Sure, and you, as you said, you're an octopus, so you're not going to drown. Make an investigation roll.
Okay, 1 sec. That'd be just mine. So
Is
Hello.
suffocation, is that tied to constitution or like strength? Like how much you can like hold your breath?
you
Yeah,
can hold your
con. Yeah.
for a number of minutes equal to your modifier, and once that runs out, you can survive for a number of rounds equal to your modifier.
I thought it was 1 plus modifier.
Yes, sorry, 1 plus modifier.
Oh, so
Yeah, well,
I have 3 minutes.
yeah, that'd be about right. It's about somewhere between 300 and 500 feet long. You can make an insight check if you want to narrow that down. The margin of error. Yeah, about 400 feet long exactly. You didn't find any air pockets along the way. That doesn't mean there aren't any, but you didn't find any. But after being submerged for about 400 feet, it emerges into an absolutely glorious forest of mushrooms. I'll post a picture of what it might look like in Discord, but there are 101 images that I could use. It's glorious, glowing and colourful, an absolute riot of various different colours, all illuminated by rainbows of phase res.
I'll take in the beauty of it for a moment before remembering myself, and I will go up the channel again. And once I rejoin with the party, I will I'll hold up 4 of my tentacles and then sort of form them into a 0, and then I will slap at Vexbor's feet.
I'll cast Speak with Animals.
400 feet. Channel water this way.
Oh, is that it? That should be pretty easy.
No air, long way.
I mean, what do you mean? That sounds easy. Like, looks like the rest. It's like, yeah, 400. Swimming 400 feet without breathing sounds fairly easy, right? What do you think, Zane?
I'm also an octopus. Oh wait, no,
I
you
can
can
speak
talk
to you
animals.
too.
What am I saying?
Just turn to him and say, I'm an octopus too.
You dickhead, you can't understand me. I'm an octopus. Oh, wait.
I'm a fucking octopus here. Wait a minute, you can hear me? Oh shit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that sounds easy to me. I think I can get down there fairly quickly without needing to
me too.
breathe. Since I can breathe underwater.
I can hold my breath.
Do you think you can hold it for that long?
I think I've done it before.
Do you think
I
there's
don't
anything
fully
down there
believe
that
you.
could knock the wind out of us?
Octopuses, are there anything dangerous in there?
Well, considering the space, I will wrap 3 of my tentacles around Marielle, lift her up, and then dive down into the hole with her.
Okay.
Well,
I
I was
guess
going to
we're swimming.
suggest we all tie to each other and then the squids can pull us along in a line, but alright. Thane,
I'll-
carry me.
I'll grab Lithrana. Same deal, 3 tentacles, and then dive down.
And I'll just swim.
Alright. So what's your swim speed
30.
when carrying? Is
Oh,
it
I thought about
half
the-
because you're carrying something? Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
60 feet, so half to 30 feet with someone.
Oh, right. And dashing brings it back up to 60,
Mhm.
which you can cover in 7 rounds, which is less than a single minute, so that's going to be okay for everyone. So we power through this obstacle and make it to the other side with ease. The stool is getting so excited.
See, I told you guys I could do it.
When we make it to the other side, if there's no more water, I'll turn back from an octopus.
There is a lot more water, really, but it's no longer drenched the way it is. The stream that we are in continues along as a channel, and it joins many others. It appears that this is a great big marsh, fed by 1,000 little streams just like this one. They all converge here into this massive vaulting cavern of endless varieties of fungi, all illuminated by a riot of different phase rest colours. Molds and mosses and lichens, glowing and pulsating, feeding off volcanic vents and clinging to the roof. It's a botanical garden of the most extreme proportions. But now that you've become adjusted to it, it's obvious that it's even more alive than you realized. Some of the fungi are wandering around, in many cases on 2 legs, like bipedal creatures, and they bounce as they slowly stroll, the biggest in front trailing down like ducklings down to the smallest at the back, running along in these conga chains. Other creatures that look like great big piles of compost, leaves, and debris all combined into one vaguely bulbous, ogreish shape, also saunter through the underbrush, knocking down or pushing past mushrooms as they go. Giant caterpillars feed among the debris. Moths as big as giant eagles flitter among the caverns, which is hundreds of feet high. And in the distance, you can hear vague amounts of eerie music that sounds a little bit like children's nursery rhymes, but played with a discordant, disharmonious tune.
Well, let's find your family, Stu.
Yes, please.
I'll sort of cradle him in my arms as we move forward towards the, I guess, singing.
Is
Who has
this
the
what?
highest passive perception?
I think that would be Badger.
Yeah, probably me, 17.
You see Badger high up in the cave roof, like some 60, 70, 80 feet above you, perched among the rocks and the fungi and the lichen are not one, but three rocks just perched up there in alcoves, were content to watch you for now and hide among the fungi.
Do they seem apprehensive or unwilling to come down here?
Both, both. They are watching you with a curiosity and a fear. And when you make eye contact with them, they hide behind the fungi. So they know that they're there, and they are content to wait. They're about 60, maybe 80 feet away up in the air, making them very difficult targets, but not impossible.
More of those winged demons are watching us from up above. I suggest everyone be careful.
Well, I mean, the last ones, like, we got them pretty good.
Well, let's try and avoid a fight if we can.
If you say so. Because, like, returning still, like, is just what it feels like to be a hero. Like, I like it. I think everyone should feel like this.
You spot barrel stalks and blue caps and carrion crawlers and some of those creatures that look like they're made of fungi, like the duergar. In this case, not just duergar, but also drow and quaggoths and gnomes who have fungi growing out of their face and out of their skin, their eyes, their ears, but they don't seem to be even aware of your presence, let alone hostile to you, as they go about digging and mulching and raking and planting seeds and harvesting. It looks like they're farming, but they are fucking abominations, right? Like they look just like you guys, but with fungi pouring out from beneath their skin. They're just ignoring you, though.
I'll sort of not yell out, but in a loud voice. So I yell out,
We have uh, one of your children here that wishes to return home.
The spore creatures don't even seem to acknowledge as you speak. Some of the larger plant creatures, like that mass of mulch, which is vaguely ogre shaped, it grows annoyed by the noises that you are making, but not so annoyed that it attacks you.
We mean you no harm. We just wish to return one of yours and perhaps speak about trade.
We're not there yet, says Stu. We're
Oh.
close, but we're not there yet.
Then let us continue forward.
You come to a large thermal vent where volcanic heat is being spewed out. There are all lots of glowing red lichen growing near this thermal vent, and a number of giant fire beetles feeding off them. Fire beetles are about 2 feet long, and if you've ever seen a firefly, they're a bit like that, but they glow with the brightness of a torch. Um, yeah, but they're not. They're ignoring you. They're just eating the lichen at the vent. Do you care?
guess not. I'll sort of wait for Stool to give indication when we come across one of their kind.
Still's really excited, and the anticipation is growing with every step we take.
I'll whisper to Sane that I have a bad feeling that the Neverlight Grove has been overrun, perhaps?
Funnily enough, I have the same feeling.
Funnily enough, Stool also has a little bit of a wheezy feeling. It might not be as intellectually advanced as you, but he also seems to feel that something is off.
Can I try divine sense?
Yeah,
As we were told
absolutely.
about the rocks earlier.
Yeah. What's its range though?
60 feet.
Yeah, and so you use a charge of
Yeah, I'll use a charge of divine sense.
they are fiends. That probably comes as no surprise. Yeah, there are fiends here, absolutely, and the whole place has a pervasive corruption that seems to be stronger in the direction in which you're heading.
And I'm guessing like the music shouldn't really have discordant tones in it.
Probably not. No.
Guys, this place smells a bit, evil.
You mean smells evil?
I mean, I can smell things that are evil, can't you?
I can smell other things, but not the heart of a man.
Gand, what does evil smell like?
What, sort of like rotting meat, but like it hurts your soul as well as your nose.
Yes, I could see evil smelling like that.
I think we should be careful.
Advance with caution.
You do so, and you come closer to where a group of fungi, animated fungi, appear to be tending a small garden. At first, you think that they might be vines, and indeed they are, but these vines hang and like a tentacle, like an octopus's tentacle, winding its way. They this vine is dangling ornaments of skulls. Duergar and orc and ogre and goblin. It's green vine tentacles wrapped through the eyes and the nose and then out through the bottom jaw again, and it just seems to be hanging these skulls here like ornaments at Yuletide. And the fungi people are about 3.5 feet tall. They seem to be cultivating this particular vine tree and making sure that its beautiful white flowers are sprouting. They pay no mind to you, even when you're within about 100.
Still, is this stuff new? Like, what was this here when you were here?
I was very young when I floated away from here. I don't remember, but it feels. It feels not like home.
Do you want me to fireball it?
Why would you do that?
Just a feeling that I should.
These are my people. Why will you hurt them?
I was just asking.
Oh, I don't want that.
That white plant. What is it? I talk about like the vines with the white flowers.
I don't know. But you can make a nature check.
Ah, 7. No part of that trace.
No, some kind of animated vine. It seems that the vines themselves are quite, as I said, animated. They move, if not very fast, but they move, um, making it a fairly creepy plant to watch as its tentacles creep at about the speed of not much faster than a snail, but moving nonetheless. The myconids seem to notice you, but pay you little attention. They get maybe a tiny bit defensive as they readjust their circle so that you can't just walk up and stab them in the back. But they don't interact with you and they don't stop working. They just seem to maybe a bit like herbivores, like a herd animal. One eye on you while I keep grazing.
Badger, can you speak to plants?
I wasn't expecting to speak to plants today, but I can. If we plan on staying here a bit, I could.
You know, I think that would be pushing it.
I think so too.
Well, are you just going to drop me here and
It
leave
doesn't
me?
feel right.
Is there no leaders amongst you? Something
Yes.
that is like a parent?
Yes, we have a king. Every Markinid society is built around the king. The king is separate to everyone. They lead the melding, but they remain apart from it as well.
Oh, we should go speak to him.
Where do we
Yes.
find them?
I don't know.
Can you speak to the other mushrooms here?
Yes, we can all speak telepathically. I've given us all the power to speak telepathically.
I'll lean down to a random mushroom. It's like, hello, mushroom.
The mushroom doesn't do anything, but the mushrooms that are around you a bit strangely as you speak to some random fungus. They go about their business though and don't question, don't query your action.
Do you know where the king is? We need to speak to him.
You go up to the Myconids, tall, 2.5, 3 feet tall, and they're working away at their duty. And you get close enough that you're able to telepathically contact them. And they say, yes, which king would you like to speak to?
Stool, help. There's more than one king.
No, there's not. There's only ever one king. No, there are two kings. Basilia and Phylos are both kings. Oh. Oh. I don't know what to do, Stool says to the party.
Are
Do
any
you
of those
know-
names familiar?
I don't remember. I floated away before I knew my king's name.
Are both of these kings plants?
We should
They are
pick
both
one.
Myconids, yes.
We should pick one to speak to. Perhaps they will have more information about why, as you say, there are two kings instead of one.
The Myconids gesture the kings, and it's deeper within this fungi-filled cavern.
Are they both in the same direction?
They gesture that way, yeah.
Okay. I guess we follow the way they gesture.
Indeed. So the little trickles of water all come together into a swamp here, and you're walking through water that is, for the most part, about 18 inches deep. Fills into your boots, giving you trench foot. Lots of worms and other insect life crawling, swimming through this very fetid, swampy water. Is there any way that you're able to avoid if you really want to?
I guess along the walls like before.
Yep.
So, how do the plants look, like, health-wise? Like, do they look healthy, or do they look like something's, like, gotten at them? Like,
You
disease-wise?
make a nature check, yeah.
I was hoping for survival.
Yeah, it's really nature. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 17?
Brilliant. 17's good. Both. They look to have both. Mutation is really just a form of life ultimately. But mutation is kind of natural in all of itself, to some degree at least. It's just that most mutations are bad, and that's the case here too. The grove is teeming with life, absolutely exploding with life, but it might be too much. It might be mushrooms are producing so many limbs that they're bending and cracking their own stalks under the sheer weight of it. Frogs are growing so big and fat that they can no longer hunt. They're just like one great big balloon. The dragonflies are growing so large that they can no longer really steady themselves and they're crashing into the walls. So things are experiencing tremendous amounts of growth, but it's that malignant, mutated growth, that cancer.
So I think there's something wrong with the plants. And
I think you may be right, but
he'll flick through his books. Like, how do the wizards put it? Does ritual casting, is that it? Does that trigger phase rest?
Well, I don't know. Does it?
I don't think
I don't
we
think
ever
we've ever
tried
tried.
ritual. Yeah.
Because I could try to detect the poison or disease on the plants.
I guess I'll cast Detect Magic. It's my drow one from the feat, so I guess I'll do that. What type of magic is coming off him? Necrotic, I'm guessing?
Transmutation, also necrotic.
Transmutation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, both. Yeah, they're transforming and they're rotting at the same time, and there is a lot of rot here. The myconids themselves are rotting before your eyes. They've got like great holes in the side of their carapaces, and a lot of the trees have leaves that are going yellow and so on. The place is vibrant with life, but that life seems to be feeding off rot, garbage, and humus is piling up, and the swamp water is teeming with tapeworms and mosquito larvae and so on.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll try ritual casting, detect poison and disease.
It's all around. Like, this whole place is one great big poisonous disease. But it's alive, you know? Like a poison jungle.
Yeah, but like, I suppose, can the spell detect whether or not like the poison should be there? Like, if you do it on like a scorpion, it will be like, it's poison.
No, I don't think it does detect whether it's. It doesn't discriminate between good or bad poisons. No, it just its presence.
Can I explain the ones I detect to Stool and see if they seem like they should be here?
He doesn't really know. You know, it's he's no expert in nature. And so he's troubled by it, but still encouraged. Still wants to see the king or the kings.
And does the ritual cast trigger phase rest?
It does not.
Well, guys, I'm like a scholar. Maybe I discovered something. But let's go speak to these kings.
All right. All right. So you travel through these wild areas of fungal jungle, and I'll read a bit of box text. Some of the box text is kind of hard to follow, but we'll give it to you anyway. Pale cream and beige stalks grow thick and tall, resembling a surface world forest. Fungi grow in profusion everywhere, and it's hard to find anything resembling a path in between them. Giant caps of zirkwood mushrooms obscure your view of the cavern ceiling, but luminescent fungi there give off a shimmering aura. With each step taken on the soggy ground, a rank scent of decay rises all around you. You come to another group of these myconids, maybe slightly larger than the others, 3.5, 4 feet tall. They appear to be seeding the corpse of an ogre, causing those fungi to emerge through its skin and its eyes and its ears and its mouth. And they pay you little mind as you approach, and they continue injecting their spores, blowing it up like a balloon, causing the whole thing to become inflated with this fungal life.
Yuck.
The tallest of the myconids is not actually doing any of this work. It just seems to be, for want of a better word, supervising. And it turns its attention to you. Has no eyes, but it still turns its focus towards you. It kind of leans in your direction and seems to be studying you. Although it does not communicate with you in any way beyond that.
Is that the king?
I don't know. He's bigger than the others.
I guess I'll step forward. Like, oh, great and mighty mushroom man. We come seeking the king, or one of them.
The mushroom then produces some spores, spits them out, and says to you, then you should speak only with Basidia. Philo's new way is corrupt and should not be trusted.
Where is this Basidia?
Basidia can be found deeper within Neverlight Grove. Philo, it is unsure where he is, wanders incessantly, going backward and forward between Yugmorgus and the rest of the wilds.
All right, I guess we head ever deeper.
Is Philo why like the everything's so like diseased?
I don't know, but I do not trust Philo. You get a worried feeling from Stool. He doesn't actually speak anything, but he emotionally expresses concern, worry.
Do you know this Philo?
You asked that to Stool?
Yeah, Stool.
Stool does not know. Do you have any corpses? Asks the tall Myconid.
Checks his pockets. So, no, I don't think so.
A shame.
I have some mushrooms.
If you have any corpses or find any, please bring them to us. We will put them to good use. And they animate the ogre. It stands up, first sits, and then gets to its feet clumsily, and they set it to work gardening among the other debris in the swamp.
Why are there fiends here?
I don't understand your question.
Big thing with wings. It's scary. They're hiding in the ceiling.
We have always had bats here.
I mean, like, bigger?
I do not know of what you mean.
Okay, well, never mind. Like, don't worry about it.
You come to an area of terraces, and these terraces behind they are thick with phase res, and you can see lots of myconids up there cultivating fungi. Water trickles down from the walls of the vast cavern, and they're channeled into a crude but effective terraced irrigation system. There is a thick, sweet smell filling the air from thousands of fungi of different colours and sizes. Many of them glow with strange and inviting lights. There are a group of myconids around here. These ones are dancing and singing blah 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 in high-pitched, curious telepathic voices, but audibly as well. And this just makes Stool worry even more, particularly when he tries to perceive some of the I've got a guess I have to go for a moment, but particularly while he tries to perceive some of the architecture, which looks like it's come straight from the surface. They've literally grown houses down here. I'll be back in a moment.
So Philo is the development tycoon who's moved in to build new houses.
We need he needs to learn the Christmas spirit before the end of the episode. Is that how this works?
Well, what are we gonna do when we find the king? Just hand over Stool?
Chop him off.
Kill him. Become the new kings.
I don't think that's how that works.
Look, it's majority vote at this point, Sash. You don't really get how this works.
You don't have the vote.
I mean, I think not good things will happen to like Stool if we just leave him here.
Keep Stool as a pet.
Yeah. He's the mascot of this party.
But I think it'd be quite sad if we just kept him as a slave.
He's not a slave. He's too useless to be a slave.
Yeah, when have we ever made him do anything? His only job is to look cute.
Do you guys think that we could
And give us
carve
drugs.
arms into him?
Arms?
Yeah, like cut out some of his mushroom body and make arms on the
the
sides.
I mean, if you carve out enough for arms, fucking nothing left of him.
Yeah, no, that is true. He's too small.
Yeah, maybe we can carve out like a finger, but a whole arm.
I mean,
Can we
at that
make
point,
his
if
whole
it's a
lower
single
body
finger,
just a single hand pointing?
Huh.
Wait, no, 2 fingers out so he walks like that.
oh god.
I'm imagining it's like the hand from the Addams Family, but like a mushroom cap on top. That's what we carve.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. Man, that hand looks super CGI'd. It's just like not even touching the ground.
Yeah, it looks like something I photoshopped back in high school.
I mean, it's not like they were paid to do it or anything.
Righto. So, I've lost my mouse. Hopefully I can find it in the dark. The answer is I cannot, so I shall turn the light on. It's a solution. Alright. So these guys are singing, dancing, and they're building elaborate structures that look like they have been inspired by the surface and look absolutely nothing like a natural fungi. This just makes Stool... Well, it makes him frightened, actually. It's become weird to the point where he no longer recognizes the place that he's been so desperately trying to return to.
I thought it was like a mushroom house, but that's just a house.
Yeah, made out of mushrooms. It's incredible. Like they've grown something that should not be. Oh, hello there, says a mushroom that shakes its tail feather as it wanders up towards you and rotates its shoulders as well. Hello there! Hello, hello! My name is Gasbeedy and I want to know everything that you know! Keeps wiggling and
on.
waving.
You're coming on a little strong there.
What? Please, I want to understand everything that you know. You're from the surface. Tell me you've seen the sun. Keeps wiggling.
Some of us have, yes.
Behind the they're all singing and dancing, and Stool is just stock silent and stock still. La 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 la. Tell me, does this look like a house to you?
What are they motioning to?
One of the structures that's got a door and a couple of windows. The door doesn't open. It glows inside like a firelight. It's got a chimney without smoke. The whole thing's grown out of fungus.
Does it have any like coherent like design like?
Make an investigation roll.
$13.
Kinda. Like, it looks functional in the kind of like a dollhouse way. You might have to hack your way through the wall to get in there, but once you do, it's all hollow like a pumpkin. And you could, pretend you're a big doll or something.
I was going for more like what what culture does, like, is it like elven or like dwarven?
Humanish. It's quaint. It's the Shire.
This reminds me of like the architecture of one of my stories.
Oh, do you know all about architecture? Then tell me more. I want to know what a castle looks like, as he rolls his shoulders backwards and forwards and swivels his hips from side to side.
I mean, he's gonna point at the door. It's like, I think that's supposed to swivel open.
Wow. How hard do I need to make the wood? What is the density? If you had to describe a specific weight per square inch, what would you say the density of mahogany is compared to pine or perhaps to oak? La 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 la.
Listrana,
Yes.
we haven't taken any of the drugs yet, have we?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I want to make this as beautiful as I can in preparation for the great celebration. La 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 la.
What's happening? What's the great celebration?
There's going to be a wedding! A wedding! La 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 la! And at this point, Stool can't really contain himself. He's terrified, but we've never had a wedding before. We've never had a... But we're going to have a wedding! La la.
Between whom?
She's getting married to Oromikos.
She?
The cedar, the cedar. La 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 la. Just keep dancing.
I think we should move on from this place. Stool is not having a good time.
Yes.
We should go speak to the king, like a Pisidia.
One of the kings has great ideas, and the other king is so old-fashioned. La la. We would never have these beautiful houses with the old king.
Are you talking about Philo?
Yes, King Philo is visionary, and I'm so glad that he changed our melding practice. He's opened my eyes to entirely new different things. Worlds of rot where the endless rains will drown everything, and life will spawn fresh from the mud in the primordial depths. La 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 la.
Are you sure good things can come from rot?
It will be beautiful, magnificent colors everywhere, spores being spread across the world. We will all share the same diseases, and we will all share the same thoughts. We will be one great communal mind throughout the world. Philo is a visionary. La, la.
Can I use a divine sense?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a plant.
He a plant?
Hey, he's a plant. Like, this place is weird, but it's not the abyss
Yeah.
Along.
yet.
Let's leave this place quickly. Let's find the king. We will hand off stool, and we'll see if anything is going on here that we can help with. I have a feeling that something is influencing these myconids somehow.
Can you tell us
Demons
where the
defiling
boring king
them.
is? I want to speak to it.
Both of the kings can be found over there. I gesture deeper in the same direction in which we were travelling all along.
All right, we'll keep going that way.
Beyond the mud and the mushrooms that spread across this cavern, this central basin, a kind of town square it seems to be, is a large clear pool in the middle of a fungal grove. There's a central mound. It seems to be the only dry spot in the site, an island, if you will, but there is a small cliff rising above the cavern floor across the clearing, and above that cliff, giant mushrooms visible in the distance. The sound of music is carrying from deeper within there. Bioluminescent fungi trace strange constellations along the cavern ceilings and walls, showing the darkness of the ravine and a mist-shrouded smaller cavern beyond. There are two 5.5 foot tall myconids there. One is standing quite stock still, but is quite clearly humanoid in spite of this stillness, and the other one is alive, movement, writhing and dancing, and just generally having a swinging time. They seem to notice you coming, and the slippery, slidey one saunters up to you, while the more reserved one remains more or less rigid. You are safe, friendly, soft. You are one. Neverlight Grove is on the verge of something great, something marvelous. Celebrate as the day of joy is nigh.
Thank you for the invitation. We are here to
See the great cedar, the great cedar. Get married. We're gonna have a wedding.
yes, but later. First, we need to speak to Basidia.
Ah, why? I'm the king. I can tell you everything you need to know. About the
Wait.
great cedar and the wedding.
You are Philo?
I am Philo, sovereign Philo. I'm bringing changes to the place. Bringing it into the new era.
How did you become king?
Oh, I'm the biggest.
Why do you want this change? What was wrong with what was before?
It's brand new. It's exciting.
Is the brand new thing moving?
Yes, and so much more. There is so much more in store. for our people. We're gonna change everything. We're gonna multiply. We're gonna have younglings running through every cabin. We're going to infest the whole world.
Well, that's great and all, but you seem busy. Why don't we speak with Basidia and they can show us around, maybe?
Why, sure, but I'd love to invite you to come and have a sneak peek at the wedding, you know. Maybe not now, not right now, but maybe a bit later. I can pull a few strings and maybe get you some previews to the great party that we're going to have in store. It's going to be the most magnificent thing that's ever happened in Neverlight Grove.
I'm a bit confused. How are you short of breath? You don't have lungs.
Because I'm so excited. But he doesn't have lungs, says Stool telepathically. How would he know? He doesn't even have a gender. He knows things that he shouldn't know.
We were told you changed the bonding. What have you called it? The
That's right. It's a whole new idea. It used to be communal meld, but that's so inefficient. You don't want everyone melding together. You get increased efficiency when the cast only meld within their own social circles. That's right. No more communal melding. No more sharing eternally. We're just going to divide it into small little groups, and those people can meld between them, and I'll tell them what they should be thinking about.
I don't know about you, but that sounds like incest to me.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful incest, and we will multiply with our brothers and sisters.
I mean, you denied it, and then you called it it.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think this is healthy.
The Great Cedar's getting married. Great Cedar. And he sways and wiggles as he heads off towards that cliff with the giant mushroom forest, with the music gradually drifting out of it, discordant and high-pitched. The remaining sovereign remains not having yet moved or spoken.
Does it seem to have reacted in any way, or is it just like frozen?
It's kind of, you know, when you make a tame dog and the dog kind of flinches, but that's about it. Yeah, it's flinching, but nothing more than that.
Internally cringing. Okay.
Yes.
Great stoic one. Are we worthy of your attention?
It produces some spores. Yes, of course, we do not get many visitors in Neverlight Grove, but we appreciate the arrival of people who come in peace.
It feels good. Like we were bringing back the stool, but it doesn't seem very safe here.
Oh, you have brought back one of the lost ones. That is a tremendous boon to our community. Thank you. You have done a great kindness that the entire community can benefit and share in. But yes, you are right. These are bizarre times. But I don't know if everything is bad, really. Just different.
The plants here seem pretty diseased. That does. When I get disease, I don't. I mean, it doesn't. I don't feel good.
Yes, there have been new enthusiastic attempts to increase production at any rate. I do not agree with this philosophy, but the circle of growers have been instructed to create as many spores as absolutely possible. When I was the sole king here, we would produce only as many spores as we needed to replace those who died. But Philo has convinced the builders and the growers to produce so many spores that we will have to expand, perhaps even colonize?
It's not sustainable. You can't
No.
grow endlessly.
No, that's what I think. That's what my instincts tell me, but Philo is sure, and I do not have the wisdom to oppose his vision. I do not support it, but I do not feel I know enough to directly oppose it.
It sort of sounds like this business that I tried to get into, but my master told me it wasn't good. It's called like a pyramid scheme or something. Like this sort of
Things,
sounds like that.
things have changed with our melding. Melding was a communal affair between everyone, but Philo has convinced the circles to only meld among themselves. But that is not even the most curious thing. He has created additional circles. The Circle of Masters. The Circle of Masters exists as a council? Yes, a council. But even that does not seem to be working, for now some of the circle leaders have begun sending representatives? This has never been done before. How can you commune with a representative? How can we possibly share our experiences with the community if we only keep within the social circles of the Myconids that are just like us, just as old as us, with the same jobs as us? I fail to see how this benefits the community.
It would seem that whatever Philo is doing here is segregating you all from each other.
Yes. Yes, and he won't show me what's inside the Garden of Welcome. Other soft skins have been up there, but they have not come back.
You think something has happened to them?
I think they are waiting for this event, maybe? This is what Philo says, and I have no reason to doubt him.
It seems that this Philo is becoming more like the soft skins, and we lie to each other pretty often.
I don't understand what a lie is.
It is when you speak something that's not the truth for personal benefit or other reasons.
I cannot imagine that. Personal
Imagine,
benefit? What about the good of the community?
imagine if someone melded with you, but the information you gleaned from it was not what happened to them.
Yes.
Let's say I found a lot of food, but I told you I found no food and then kept the food for myself.
But how would that benefit the community?
It does not. It would seem that Philo is driving you all apart, but why would he do that if you've lived in harmony before now?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Oh, I think he's trying to make it seem that you need to expand so that he can accrue more power for himself.
I fear to go into the garden. I fear that I might catch the same disease that the others seem to have been subjected to. but I fear it would put yourselves in danger to go there as well. I can only advise that you leave immediately before this infection spreads to you.
We are short on time, but perhaps there's something we can do to help you before we leave.
What do you think you will do?
We could take out Philo, remove him from the melding completely.
I cannot endorse this.
Oh, well, maybe we should see what's in this entrance area. Maybe it'll change your mind.
You will have my permission to travel throughout the realm, and Philo seems to be welcoming you here. He seems to want to invite you into the garden. You are free to do as you will, or as long as it benefits our community.
I think we should definitely put a stop to this. From what it sounds like, he's after a world of mushrooms, below and above the surface. And if that's the case, then he'll eventually be a threat to us all.
And this is Stool's home. It shouldn't be destroyed because some evil wants to power.
Yeah. Those rocks we saw earlier, I feel like there's some sort of demonic influence here. Perhaps if we find the source of the corruption, we can remove it, and things will go back to the way they were before. Like pulling up weeds from a garden.
I do have a spell which could strengthen your side a little bit more, Basidia, but it would require me to stay here for some time.
I don't believe we have time, do we, with our caravan waiting?
I suppose not.
Alright. And we might leave it there for the week. And you guys can decide what step we take next collectively.
Okay, I guess we should say goodbye to the internet.
Goodbye, Sash.
See
Goodbye.
you, Sash.
Goodbye, Sash.
Then we
Bye.
kill Sash, right?